I don't know if you can hear me. I got my AirPods in, but I'm about to put my mic.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I can hear you, but that sounds good.
Cool. All right.
What up? What up?
What's up?
Chilling, man. So you talk
Okay,
through
now.
you talk through that and then you hear through your earpods?
Yeah, now you can hear me through here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got this on. I got this and then these
Gotcha.
for my ear.
So they're both connected to your computer or your laptop.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That's dope. And think about I gotta check that out. I like the you are those the AirPod 2 Pros?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I love those.
They're dope, but it's just like I had the over the ear ones and they're cool, but like every time I do like stuff like this, like it just knocks off.
Mhm.
But then even with this, like they just like slide off all the time. So,
They're coming out with some new ones. Did you hear? Finally, after like freaking 3 years.
oh really? Like with the buds?
So obviously they come out with the AirPod 1, 2, 3, but the Pro version, there's just that one, but they're finally coming out with a new one, a Pro version.
Oh, nice. I've been waiting for new ones, man. I just got these. I was like, yeah, these are cool.
You think
But
they're all right? You're not a huge fan?
I am. No, I mean they're good. I like them, but like I've always waited for like the better ones, right? Because I know these are kind of old now. I know they've been out for like some time, so I'm like, cool. They got to come out with some eventually, but they just came out with like the regular ones without the earbuds most recently, right? And so now they're coming out with the pro versions.
Right. I mean, I think the reason is like the pros are so good that they've kind of skipped generations because they're just so good by themselves.
Yeah,
So that makes like I've done the AirPod 1, 2, 3, and they're like I don't think they come close to these ones, the pros. So when they do come out with the new pros, bro, I think it's just gonna be game changer.
probably. Yeah.
Oh,
I
they're
tested out the Sony ones for a little bit,
huh?
but they're like too like it's almost like it's like how do you put it? It's like they're like corks almost. They're like too big, right?
Mm,
This thing is like it's just like one big blob,
mm, yeah.
but they still sounded good. But honestly, like I don't notice like the little technicalities and the differences. It's more just like they look cool and that the noise cancellation. But the microphone sucks. I hate the microphones.
Microphone is terrible,
They're
bro.
so ass. It's like
Bro,
the worst thing. I'm like, how can you be so good but just so bad?
exactly. So when you were connecting your mic, in my mind, the first thing I thought about was because of that. Like I could hear you obviously, but it just sounds so fucking trash. So my hope is that the new version, bro, sounds good. Because then, like, here's my problem. Like I'm at the gym, and I always got them in my earphone, and then like I got the Slack. I'm answering, and so every time I try to answer questions, bro, here's what I have to do. I have to take them out, and then I have to like put them. I have to like shake it around so it doesn't think it's like connected to me, and then all of a sudden voice notes through my phone. It's fucking.
Yeah, it's so
I'm
bad. Yeah.
it's like keeping my ear, but that's the one thing I don't like about them.
Yeah. Cause I'll be walking, same thing. You'd be on a phone call or whatever, and it's like it's so just so
Oh,
shitty.
yeah, you can't keep them. It would be nice if you could just like fucking talk on the phone, do everything, just keep them in there. It'd be perfect. But I don't know. Hopefully the next version. But
Yeah. Yeah,
righteous.
they fixed that. That'll be it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Righteous, how you doing, bro?
Doing good, Coach C. How you doing?
Chilling, man. Just chilling. Living the dream.
I'm
Living
working on getting my camera on. Give me a minute.
Mason's naked right now. That's what's
I don't have. The only thing I don't have on right now is a shirt.
There
okay.
always be the jokes, Mason.
What's going on, man? How you doing? Chilling, chilling. Okay, cool. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. I think the first part of the call will be kind of cool for everybody. Because I think I'm on Righteous. You guys are both in this process anyways right now, which is basically work on the mechanism video. So I think that'll be cool. And then it looks like Tenny and Ian are coming, so this will be useful for everybody. So we'll go get started. Um, but I'm excited, man. Like one thing I just want to say, like before we even get started, man, is like I feel so fucking revived after we moved over to the call funnel. Like when we were doing the free to fee shit, man, like the I don't know if you guys could tell, man. Every week that I hop on here, I felt like the life was draining out of me. It was draining out. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, okay, what are your questions? And the reason is like I felt like I couldn't do anything. I felt like I couldn't help. Um, but now just seeing everyone at the call funnel, like every single week we're all making progress. Like, okay, we're getting phone calls, and then now we got I'm on you got to close, and then Rivier's got to close. And so I don't know. I just want to kind of leave with that and just kind of say like I'm excited. I'm excited with the path that everybody's going on. Just week by week seeing progress. But that being said, we'll kick things off with the mechanism video probably. That's what you want to go over, Jorge, right? Or did you have something else you want to go over first, bro?
No, that was mainly it. But just give me one moment. I'm gonna add my Fathom.
Okay. 8 and 10, I hope you guys are doing well.
But yeah, that was mainly it with the unique mechanism video. That's where I'm at. That was like the biggest just resistance that I was having lately.
Okay.
And now that I finally got that out the way, I'm like, cool, I can, take a breather and just like do whatever you tell me to do. And then from there, everything else is just
Yeah, for sure.
easy.
So I'll let you guys just listen to something really quick. I don't know if this is the one that Aman sent me.
So I talked to two people. So two people opted into my ad within like last night and this morning. And both of them answered. Now one was busy. He was like, "Hey, like I'm with like my kids right now." I was like, "Okay, cool. Like, do you happen to check out the video on the thank you page?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I started it, but I was with my kids, so I need to go back and watch it." He's like, "Can I give you a call back like a little bit later?" So I was like, "Yeah, yeah." So we kind of planned out time later. And then the other guy I talked to, I was having discovery with him, and I was like, "Do you happen to check out the video on the thank you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I did. I just really need a system like this to help like for." And he, I asked if he had any questions on the system and like how he's like, all of it makes sense. Like he just kind of seemed like he was like just like, yeah, like I'm like I just need a system basically like this. So I think it's already doing a great job in terms of like just nurturing people. I mean, the fact that I talked to both of them when I've been struggling with getting people to talk to me is already a promising sign. And so yeah, I think it's already in a good direction. I think the next version I create is going to be even better. So pretty cool so far.
So hopefully you guys kind of got that. In summary, Aman's got two people that have checked it out, and both of them are like, dude, it's selling them. It's selling them. And I just want to like drill you guys. I just want to not drill, but like share how like important this is. I was telling Aman this. I didn't tell you guys this, but where did this actually come from? So I initially created this 2022. This is a funnel that me and Mason launched years and years ago. And so basically it's basically like the 6 figure and 6 week sales funnel. And so I just want to kind of give you an idea really quick. So basically I ran an ad. So 24K. Okay, there it is. So I ran an ad and it was an Instagram story ad. It said, we guarantee 24K in 24 days, or you don't pay, they would land here. There was an opt-in page video. From there, name, email address, phone number, or name, email address, Instagram. Again, literally the same thing as a 6 figure, 6 week sales funnel. From there, they would get redirected to this stage in this video. The video, I'm on, this is kind of what I was talking about, is like, what is the purpose of the video at the top of the page? And again, the purpose of this video is like, hey, congratulations, I'm super excited to have a conversation with you, but I need you to follow these steps. So kind of hitting on some of the stuff that you and I were talking about earlier. And I don't have the mechanism video until down here. Now, as you guys can see from this mechanism video,
It's gonna make a lot.
look how many views it has. 1,771 people. Right? So many people have watched this video. So many people watched it all the way through. And here's what I was kind of explaining to Aman is what I would do is people would come here on this page and I'll tell them what to do. I need you to, watch the video below. I need you to or 24K and I need you to join the Facebook group. Right. And so when they would DM me this, I'm a little bit fuzzy on like what I used to do, but I'm pretty sure I would say to people, hey, thank you for following the directions. What is the top 3 things you learned from the video on this page? And then I would send them a link back to this page. Okay. And I would not have a conversation with them until they gave me the response I wanted, which was I learned this, or this is my main takeaway. Only then would I then send them a Loom video, which was 20 minutes long, and I would invite them out to a call. So I'm not going to invest 20 minutes of my time if somebody's not even going to watch this video, because the whole point of this video is to get them sold on the 636 sales funnel, right? Now, here's what I was explaining to Aman. There are so many people that reached out to me and gave me like bang on good answer. Like I would say 3 out of 4 people out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of DMs that I would get. And so what I was explaining to them is that's how I objectively know that this is a good video. I know that this video is doing its work in terms of explaining the mechanism, because by the time they reach out to me, like they answer so well. This is exactly what this is about, Kushik. I'm so, not only would they say like, here's my 3 takeaways, or they'd be like, dude, this is fantastic. This is so fucking sexy. Like, dude, I never thought about this way of how you can take a free video and like charge people for it. And so that's how I knew like it was a good video. And then after I had that, I told Aman a little bit about it about a year ago, and then Cam about it, and then Cam injected it into his funnel, right? As you guys know, and Cam goes really hard on his discovery calls where he's like, hey, I got this video for you to watch. It's super important. I'm gonna ask you questions about it to make sure you understand. He's doing the same thing I'm doing in a different way. Like I'm DMing people like, hey, tell me your big 3 takeaways. He's texting people like, hey, before our sales call, like, what did you learn from it? Because he's baiting people into telling him, hey, I understand the mechanism. I'm fully sold on it. So that by the time they hop on a sales call with you, they're not sitting there thinking like, I wonder how the system works, or I wonder if it's going to work for me. They should know, one, how the system works, and it'll work for them. Both those things, right? And so again, Cam uses it. As you can see, he really drills people. And then again, my third proof, or one of my thesis is here of like what Aman just said. So the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is like this video is super crucial, super, super crucial in terms of making your call funnel work, right? And the other reason I bring it up is because if you look at my conversation with Aman sent me a version of his a few days ago. I think, is it yesterday or the other day? I think this was the initial version, 12 minutes long. And I gave him all these voice notes, and then he redid it and created another version. And then I gave him more voice notes to fix it. And so now he's going back a third time to fix it. But he is using this, right? As of right now, people are going through the funnel, so he's still showing them this, but we're going to optimize, we're going to make better. And so again, this just goes over like how important this is. And so once I realized this with Aman, I'm like, okay, shit. People are going to have problems unless I create some kind of a Google Doc or something like that, which is hence the Google Doc, to kind of give you guys more of a structure to follow to get this right. So I want to just really, really quickly go over this, and then we're going to break down Jorge's. I haven't listened to Jorge's yet, and then we'll just kind of break it down live. This way it'll help you guys all out. So, the main thing is like, first of all, Jorge, you want to show yourself on the screen. Nice background, good lighting, high energy with smiles. So one of the things I told Aman when it came to his video is what's really cool is he's got like a paintbrush.
And so we already had our initial phone call, and I told you, hey, please check out this video. So we did. Thank you for watching. But
he's got like a paintbrush, and he's talking to painters, like fucking smart as fuck. But if I were him, I would have started the video off like, hey, painters, I'm so excited to have a conversation with you. This is going to blow out your water. And then you're really showing the paintbrush. You're really animating yourself. And in terms of his background, I would have an actual background. Why? Because as stupid as it sounds, I mean, maybe it's just me. I was explaining this to Aman. Like when I think of people that have backgrounds like this, I just think they have a green screen. The reason they have a green screen is because they have a shitty background. And if you are somebody that has like a nice office, right? Aman, I can see your background a little bit right now. You have a nice office. Jorge, your background's fucking beautiful. Show that shit off, because that shows to people like, hey, like I'm not some fucking dude that's living in my mom's basement, right? So it's kind of a good sign. So those are like, that in itself is such a small thing, but it's important. So you can show yourself on screen, have a nice background, good lighting, high energy with smiles. Your job is to allow them to see how a new customer is going to come in all the way from the ad level to paying them. And you want to do it in a way that's simple to understand. And in my experience, the best way to do is you have like one core slide, and then with the mechanism drawn out in arrows, and then you just keep showing people each of the elements within that. So for example, hey, it starts with an ad, and then I'll actually like show the ad, right? This is the ad. And then I go back to the main screen. I'll go back to main screen and say, okay, the next step is you want to go to the opt-in page. So here's what the opt-in page looks like. So you keep flicking back and forth between like the blank back, the white background, and then like actually showing each of the elements. And then the other thing is, you do not have a ton of text on your slides. Only have what is absolutely necessary for you to make your point. The simpler you make it, the higher the likelihood that, one, they're going to actually watch all the way through, because they're not going to get overwhelmed. And like, this is information overload. And they'll watch all the way through and they'll retain it. So when you look at mine,
a lot of sense, Joe.
Look at the amount of text that's on mine versus let's look at Cam's. So if I were to have Cam redo it, like his shit's like a lot. Like there's a lot of stuff here. I like this name, email, phone number, right? I think this is okay, but this shit like like some of this stuff is just a bit much. Unlimited events, free driver included, free system shown. Yeah, I don't think you need to go into all this detail. Again, Cam is different in the term. He's got high energy, all that stuff. He's able to keep people, retained. But if it were me, like telling him to do it from scratch, I would definitely not have as much information there. What else? So here's another big thing I was kind of getting across to Aman is what you say and do throughout the mechanism video should get people to think thoughts like this. This has worked for everyone else, so it's going to work for me too. That's the first core part of it. They have to believe that's worked for other people, and so that's going to work for them. The second thing is, oh my God, the system is new, unique, superior. I talk about that all the time. New, unique, superior. These are not just random synonyms. New is it has to seem different. It has to seem new compared to everything else. So when TikTok agencies came out, they're like, dude, everybody else is running Facebook, Instagram ads. We're running TikTok ads. This is a brand new thing. Unique. Unique means we're doing something different than anybody else. So for example, the 6 successful one, it's unique. Nobody else fucking has this shit. Like it's one of a kind. So the way you need to paint yourself is this is unique. So you need to try to use words like, hey, this is so different than everything else that you've seen. So for example, the other day I was saying, Aman, okay, at the ad level, we have a person in front of the camera who's actually talking to build know like trust versus all these other ads, our image ads, static ads, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Our stuff is unique in that we have you in front of the camera talking and we figure out the exact script that works for you. It's unique. It's different than anything else. And then superior. It's got to be better. It's not that it's just one of a kind, but it's got to be actually better. Right? So it's like TikTok ads could be unique, but if it's ass, what the fuck is the point? So you have to not only make the argument that's new and unique, but it's actually better. Why is it better? The CPM is lower. This is where all the traffic is. This is where the younger audience is, if that you're selling a younger thing. So your whole mechanism, you want to constantly, again, whenever I explain a mechanism, whenever I have a VSL, I'm always thinking about these three words over and over and over again. So the third thought you want them to have is this is exactly what I've been looking for. This is the answer to all my problems. Again, what did Aman say earlier? Aman earlier was like, yo, dude, this system is like, I love this. This is what I need in my business, right? Boom, bingo. And then lastly, super important is this seems super simple to implement. So sometimes Aman was saying things along the lines of whenever you have a lead, sometimes people might fall off the funnel. They might not follow through. It might be a little bit difficult to get a hold of them. And that's why, right? And so now what you're doing is you're just making it seem more difficult. However, if Aman says, hey, once somebody opts in, you don't have to worry about you don't have to talk to leads, worry about that because our AI system that does not sleep, eat, drink, or anything will automatically follow with them, nurture them, get them piping hot, and then get them over you. Here's a real quick recording of the AI bot that we have. So they're as they watch that, like, fuck yeah, that's simple. I don't have to work the leads, I don't have to talk to them, whatever. It's you want to make it seem super simple. And if I give you an example, when I say, hey, delivery, I say, hey, so ad level, da da da. And then when it comes to working with the client, you literally go in, take some photos, some videos, you launch an ad, you launch a funnel, literally whatever we did from here to here, you do the exact same thing for your business. See how simple it is for us? You do the same thing for your client. And then the crazy thing is these clients are happy to pay $1, $2, $3,000 a month. Am I saying to them, hey, you have to get access to their Facebook ad account? Am I saying to them, hey, you have to figure out the funnel and mechanism that's going to work for them? Hey, you're going to have to give them some course material. No, fuck no, I'm not saying all that shit, but that's the reality. Right? And so again, those kinds of things you want to leave out, or else, again, you're not making it seem simple. What else? Don't do's, again, opposite. I'll type this stuff in later. But it's literally the inverse of this, man. It's literally the inverse of this. Now, this is the other big thing I was going over with Aman, and I was going over this with Jorge as well. The FAQ section should kill any objection they have regarding the mechanism only. So what I mean by that is this is your mechanism. This is how it works. So FAQ, one of the things Aman said was like, okay, what's next in terms of us working together? You don't want to have that in your FAQ because that's not about your mechanism. Sorry about that, guys. It's not about your mechanism. That is about your sales process. This has nothing, you don't want to talk about your sales process. Every FAQ pertains to killing objections. What you want to do is you want to kill objections. The FAQ, the whole point of the FAQ is to kill objections. By the time somebody gets to the end of this, somebody's going to have some questions, comments, concerns. They're like, I don't know if it's really going to work for me. Your job is to kill all those objections. So for me, my objections is, what if I don't know how to run ads? So when somebody sees this, they're like, oh, dude, it's all paid ads and da, but I don't know how to run ads. Okay, I got you. And then some people, because they're content creators, they don't really care about this stuff. They want to do the artsy fartsy stuff. So it's like, okay, what if I don't want to run ads? All right, no problem, dude. I got you. We got it done for you service. So the idea is for them to get to the end of this video and they're like, dude, there is no reason I should not hop on a call with this Koshik guy. There's absolutely no reason. So again, I basically typed out like my FAQs here for you guys and why I had them. I just did a quick explanation of like why I have mine. And I gave you guys a few that I would recommend that you have. How much does it cost to get a new client? I would obviously have that one. How much should I spend on ads each month? So this is a super psychological high level question. Why? The trick behind this question is if you say to somebody at the ad level, like if you say somebody at the FAQ is like, okay, so the next question you might have is how much should you spend on ads? Honestly, if you were to spend $30 a day, it would work. If you spend $50 a day, it would also work for you. Again, your cost per acquisition is X. So let's just say cost per acquisition is 200. If you were to spend $50 per day, you would have X number of customers. Now, that being said, here's what I would recommend. If you're putting a dollar into a machine and it's spitting out $10, dude, pump that bad boy like crazy. Take as much market share as possible. That is what I would be doing if I were you. However, as a starting point, $30 to $50 per day, fantastic. You're gonna get great results. Now, why is this a high level question? It's because the trick behind this is if you say $50 per day and they're okay with that, you know they have at least $1,500 they can spend. It's kind of like a financial qualifier, right? And so you can, again, sneakily put that in there. If somebody hops on discovery call, they're obviously not worried about that. And then you can even bring that up on your discovery call, bring that up on your sales call. And then the other big thing is this: think of what skills they believe they'll need to master in order to make your strategy work for them that they believe they currently don't possess. You want to squash that concern by either saying you'll teach it to them or that you'll have it done with you service. Okay. So hopefully, again, you guys saw that where I'm saying, hey, look, what if I don't know how to run ads? Okay, if you don't, they probably think like the Kushik, this is amazing, but like, dude, I don't know how to run ads. Kushik, this sounds great, but like I don't know what kind of photos and videos to create for my clients. I answer both those. I squash both those through the FAQ section. So for you, Aiden and your contract cleaning guys, like what skills do they need that they don't currently have to make your strategy work? Probably not much. Maybe sales. I don't know, like maybe working. So you need to squash that, right? Whatever it is that they need to learn, you guys need to squash that through the FAQ. Those are kind of core FAQs I would have if I were you. Last thing here is I just like I have like a script for you guys to follow. Intro section. Hey, Niche, hope you're doing well. Blah, blah, blah. Basically we just hype them up. And then from there, we have a social proof section. And then we have the mechanism section. Hey, here, da, 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 it goes from here to here to here to here. And then last we have the FAQ. Like that's the formula. Intro, social proof, mechanism, FAQ. And again, if you want, you can watch mine. You can watch Cam's. That being said, I just want to leave with that before we go in and have a look at Jorge's. Questions so far, guys? Okay. So let's see what you got, Jorge.
Hello, what's going on, martial arts school owners? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe out there. First of all,
So again, obviously have your face.
I'm super, super excited that you're here watching this video because I got something I've been perfecting for nearly half a decade. We spent tens of thousands of dollars on a strategy, and what we call it,
I've got something that we've perfected for nearly half a decade. I don't know about perfecting. I would say something like, I've got something to share with you that we've been working on for half a decade, for tens of thousands of dollars. Perfecting, when I hear the word perfecting, that makes it sound like it's not perfect and you're fixing it.
is the 30K in 90 days sale funnel. And the name implies exactly what it does, right? So it helps you generate an additional $30,000 in new revenue for your martial arts business within 90 days. But it is so
So it adds $30,000 to your business within 90 days or packs on an additional 30. So it helps you get to your first 30,000 within 90 days or packs on additional 30,000. What I just went over is the minor details, not that important. Whatever you have, if you want to keep that, you can keep that.
so much more than that. You can use this system, this strategy to generate multiple six figures, even seven-figure revenue within a year. I know it sounds crazy, but just stick with me. And by the end of the video, it'll all make sense. I promise. But before I go any further, let me reassure you that this is not like any other marketing company, right? I've been in your shoes. I've worked and helped manage a jiu-jitsu gym for more than 5 years.
So I think what you're doing is you're using Cams. I saw Cam do that. If I were you, I mean, we'll keep listening to what you have to say. So far, not bad. I want to see there's some social proof in there. Let's see.
So I know exactly what your daily grind looks like and the challenges that you face. That's why we built the system specifically tailored.
And another thing that might be cool is if I were you, one additional element that you could use is if you had, as you're talking about this, dude, you could have photos of you in like jujitsu working. So as you're talking, people are like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, obviously, like you show like really quick, show your Instagram, show your shit, show you with Adam. This way they know you're not full of shit.
For martial arts businesses. And unlike other agencies that overpromise and underdeliver, we're focused on results. We don't just generate leads, but we help you convert those leads into paying students and maximize the value of each student. So we create a simple, effective process that guarantees results, and we're with you every single step of the way. So we will hold your hand through this. Now, I want to start by sharing something really quickly. Just yesterday.
So yeah, I know exactly where you're going. So you're basically following Cam's blueprint. If I were to change different words, I would say, and just to prove it, I want to share, and I'm not, and to back up the words I'm sharing, and to back up the words I'm saying, check this out. A little difference in terms of the words that you're using. Again, what you have is completely fine. I think I would have said something like that.
I received a message from AJ. He's been working with us for the past month, and back in his first month, we launched the Cashflow Kickstarter recently. But the first week we launched his ads, he collected $1,224. Now, let's go one step further. He sent me another message saying that he had a consultation with a parent who's skeptical about the price, but using our sales script, he closed them in 20 minutes on a $7.99 6-week challenge while he was in between classes on a Tuesday afternoon. Now, you might be thinking that this is a fluke or that it's a one-off, but this system has made.
If I were you, I would have one person. I would say, so check that. If I were you, I would say, so you said something about cash injection. I would have said something like cash injection, which I'm going to share with you here in a second how that all works. But he made this. Not only that, here's what he made from this. And on top of that, he made this 3 weeks later. So I'm continuously showing results from one person. That's what I would have done. And then if you have a second person, I would even show a second person. And not only that, this is and that's just Adam. We have all these people, and so you can scroll through your Slack and be like, we have all these people that are getting similar results. For example, and then you click on one more person, Adam, whatever, a pretty big name, you might have heard of it. These are the results that we got him. Now, that being said, I'm going to show you now how we're doing all this.
Keeping your meds full and increasing your profit margin so unbelievably easy. Now, if I just heard what I just said, I better be seeing some proof. I can feel you rubbing your chin and squinting your eyes at me right now. So let's take a look at Adam's results from the first one, and then we'll dive deep into how all this works. So as you can see right here, hopefully you can see this clearly, but these are 12 paid in full transactions. That's almost $25,000 in our first 30 days together. And what's even more crazy is that
I like that. That should be earlier on, right? Before you go into like, hey, I see you're scratching your chin, whatever, like, okay, cool. So you stack all the proof all in one section.
we use the money collected from this campaign to fund the entirety of the paid ads. So at that point, we were literally playing with house money. There was no need to go into the cash reserves or to the savings to invest in advertising. Now, let's dive into the actual funnel. So basically, when it comes to this funnel,
So the thing is like, okay, so cash flow kickstart, and then you go with that. Okay, cool.
it starts with something we call the cash flow kickstart. And what we do is we offer a strategic email campaign to your existing clients, people who already know, like, and trust you. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, hey, I mean, that doesn't really make any sense. Why would we email our current students when we're trying to get new students? Just stick with me and it'll make a whole lot of sense, right? So basically, this right here is the strategy. We have a 30-day email sequence. Let me pull it up for you. We have a 30-day email sequence right here, and it's a proven 30-day sequence. We know that this converts. We spend tens of thousands of dollars testing this out with our martial arts clients, and we know that it works. It's a very simple system. We got the
I wouldn't say, and we know that it works. It seems like you're trying too hard. So what I would say is, so it all starts with a 30-day email sequence. This is what it looks like. In terms of rhyme or reason, I'm not going to delve super into that because I don't want to make this video too long. However, this is the overall process that just works like clockwork.
copy of the entire sequence mapped out. We're not going to dive too deep into this because I want to make this video too long.
Nice.
But basically, what happens is that we use a proven paid in full offer. We write and send the email starting day one, and you collect $5,000 to $10,000 in week one. Now we use this cash injection to start your ad profitably. So at this point, you're literally playing with house money instead of your own savings.
I would say something along the lines of, once we send out the 30-day, once we send out the 7-day, 30-day sequence, our conversion rate is X. So in other words, for every 100 students that you have, we're converting 3 of those over into $2,500 paid in full students. Something like that. Because like when you're saying that, like, oh, we're gonna get you this money, if I were them, like, okay, how do you know? Like, what if I have a small school? What if I have a big ass school? So if I were you, I would have some kind of numbers in there. For every 100 students, we're converting 3 over with this system. That's the conversion rate, and each one is paying us X dollars for this particular offer.
Now, after the cash flow kickstart, what happens is we run targeted and Facebook, Instagram ads. We target people that value martial arts, fit.
Okay, so now if I were you, I would not be here. You got to go back to the other screen. Because now they're like, okay, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, as I look at this screen, again, I know you, I know what you're doing, and I look at this, and this is overwhelming me. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Create the offer, stack value, email pass, automate, follow up. I don't think, by the way, I don't think you need this slide, actually. In fact, as I'm looking at this, now, now this is overwhelming me. What I think you need, bro, is I think you just need this. I think you just need this. If you wanted to like go into an inbox and show all these being sent out, you could do that. Like you can go into like MailChimp or whatever and show like the numbers of it being sent. So that might be cool. Is like, okay, so what we do is we have a proven email sequence, and without spending, I don't want to spend too long here, but this is the overall email sequence that is being sent out. And now in terms of the numbers, and then you go over to like go high level. In my experience, out of these emails that are sent out, this is the open rate, this is the take up rate, this is this. And so in other words, now that being said, all you really need to know is one out of every 30 students is 1 out of 30 people that see the email becomes a new customer spending X number of dollars with the business. So hope that makes sense. Step 1 of the process, we send out 30 days worth of email or 7 days worth of email. I wouldn't even say 30 days, by the way. I would say 7 days. I would say 7 days. I don't want to fucking make it too long. I would say 7 days. And the goal is to make you cash up front anywhere from 5, 15, 20, 25,000, depending on how many students you have. So that's the first part of the overall process. The next step is the ad. Now, the ad level. Now, here at the ad level, what we're doing is we're taking that money that we just made you through, and again, use your hands. We're going to take the money that we just made you through email, and then we're going to dump that into paid ads and light the shit on fire. That's not the best way to say it. We're going to take the money that we just made you, and then we're going to invest that into paid ads and grow even further. Something like that.
What happens is that we use a proven paid in full offer, we write and send the email starting day one, and you collect $5,000 to $10,000 in week one. And now we use this cash injection to start your ads profitably. So at this point, you're literally playing with house money instead of your own savings. Now, after the cash flow kickstart, what happens is we run targeted and Facebook, Instagram ads. We target people that value martial arts, fitness, and results-based programs in your local area. And the ad offers a
exactly. So you need to show this. You need to show this, and you need to highlight it with your mouse. So the next thing we do is we use the ad. So let me go and show you what the ad looks like. So you say ad, 3 weeks, train, and then let me show you what the ad looks like.
program featuring 3 times a week training for uniform, for sure, weekly check-ins, easy to follow meal plans, and we're only targeting Facebook and Instagram feeds with a daily budget of $50 a day. So this has all been scripted out, word by word, everything is tested to a T, where what we've proven works and it'll convert for you.
So if I were you, I would maybe not show the inner guts of it. What I would do, I think, if I were you, is I would show it on a feed, and I would show the crazy engagement. Because whenever they look at this, somebody who's not familiar with ads are going to be a little bit confused, overwhelmed. They don't even know where the eye should go. If you look back at
one's a tattoo shop and one's a restaurant, that are going to be a lot of money behind it. Again, it starts with an ad based off of your whole lot of sense, right? So basically, this right here is the ad, right? This is one of the ads. We offer free video commercial. We're trying to get paid for video commercials. Just stick with me and it'll make a whole lot of sense, right? So basically, this right here is
the ad, right? That's all you need to do. You don't need to go into showing the internal guts or anything like that.
And we spent a lot of money behind testing ads. So after somebody
So this is the ad, and this is the ad. In fact, this is one that we're running for Adam, whatever it's currently live. And as you can see, look at the crazy engagement that it's getting. 41 likes, 8 comments, 2 shares. And again, this is just around the clock for every single one of our clients. You can really spice it up.
clicks our ad, they get sent to an opt-in form where they put in their email, name, and phone number. And then from there, we get redirected to our landing page where they can book a consultation. They get to the landing page, and then from here, they book a consultation. And same thing, we collect their name, phone number, and email again, just to confirm that they're seriously interested. And now what happens next, and this is...
Okay, so if I were you, here's what I would do. Again, the way you present stuff here is not necessarily has to be factual. It just needs to be simple to understand. If I were you, like the way you said is like, okay, when they do this, they put name, email, phone number in, and then they get over to the landing page and they put the name, email, phone number again, just to double, like it didn't logically make a whole lot of sense. And if I'm like the business owner, I'd be like, okay, why does he have to do it twice? And I'm going to start thinking like, this is annoying people. I get annoyed when I have to ask for emails and everything, but that's not even the point. The point is like, just to make it simpler, bro. If I were you, I would show the ad on Facebook, and then I would go, then what happens is when they click on it, they go into an opt-in page, and I would just show the opt-in page. I would just show an opt-in page. This is the opt-in page that we've built out for Adam and so-and-so and so-and-so. It's literally the exact same opt-in page for every single client. And on this opt-in page, what we're simply doing is we're collecting name, email, phone number, and getting them scheduled in.
They get sent to an opt-in form where they put in their email, name, and phone number. And then from there, we get redirected to our landing page where they can book a consultation. They get to the landing page.
Yeah, I want to say like where they can. So I know what you're thinking. You're logically thinking about like what you actually do. You get somebody opt in, and then they may or may not go here. So you're using where they can. Again, if it were me, it's like they see the ad, after they click on the ad, they go to this opt-in page, and then on this opt-in page, this is the opt-in page that we create for Adam. It's the exact same opt-in for everybody else. As you can see at the headline, we have this, and then later on we have these images, and then we have the testimonials. Every single client of ours gets the exact same, where we just tweak some stuff out because this just works. And on this page, what we're going to do is we're going to collect name, email, phone number, and get them booked in into seeing somebody at the establishment, having a discovery call with somebody at the establishment.
And then from here, they book a consultation. And same thing, we collect their name, phone number, email again, just to confirm that they're seriously interested. And now what happens next, and this is crucial, is we handle.
So see what you did? Like you're here, bro. You're here, and you did not. You have to come back to this page every single time. So here you need to be circling this. Here it's like, oh, at the ad level, and then you go back to this white page. And it's like, okay, the next thing we're gonna do is the next thing that happens is once people click on the ad, they go into the opt-in page, and then you show the ad again, and you show, okay, people click this button, and once they click this button, they go to this opt-in page. So you didn't go, like you didn't come back to this page each time. So again, people are gonna get lost. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say, bro?
All of the lead management for you. Our black belt call center takes over. And what happens is that they get this next, and this is their name, phone number, email again, just to confirm that they're seriously interested. And now what happens next, and this is
so this is good. Like what you're doing now is good, where you're going back to this, and now you're going to explain this shit.
crucial is we handle all of the lead management for you. Our black belt call center takes over. And what happens is that they get a series of automated text messages. One gets sent out to confirm them. We call them, I'm talking about as soon as possible, within that first 60 seconds. We qualify them to make sure they're serious. We book them for the consultation and we confirm their appointment to get them to show up. So you literally don't have to chase leads anymore. We handle everything up until they walk through your door. Now, after we qualify them and book them, they come in for their free consultation. And the purpose of this consultation.
So again, your thing, it's a small little detail, bro. But like you see how this is like hovering over call center? This purple box should be hovering over consultation right now because you're at the next stage.
It's simple. You're just going to guide them through a conversation using our proven sales script and training. And we find.
So yeah, it's like, so if I were you, I would say, so after the call center, once they're piping hot, ready to go, that takes them to consultation. You're going to click here. Now, in terms of consultation, you can say what you're going to say really quick. Here's the script. And then you flip over to it. And then
we handle everything up until they walk through your door. Now, after we qualify them and book them, they come in for their free consultation. And the purpose of this consultation is simple. You're just going to guide them through a conversation using our proven sales script and training.
And so here's a really quick rundown of it. I'm not going to go super in depth because I don't want to make this video too long, but this is the script that you're going to use verbatim. This is proven across the board, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of discovery calls that we've had. This just works, and we're handed to you on a silver platter, so you don't have to create any type of script or anything at all. Just follow this proven guideline, follow this proven script, and it's going to take you to whatever the next stage is.
And we find out how we can help them. We sell them a $699, $1299 package and collect payment right there. There's no more, let me think about it, or I need to talk to my spouse. They pay and they start immediately. And
all that stuff you have, I like it. All that stuff you just said there, I dig it.
Here's where the magic happens. You're not selling them a monthly membership that might churn in 2, 3, 4 months. You're collecting the equivalent of 4 to 8 months of tuition up front. And the crazy thing is that people are willing to pay $699, $1299 for a complete transformation program when it's positioned.
So as you're saying all that shit, bro, like another layer deeper is as you're talking, bro. Okay, so this is important for everybody. Is not only would you have the purple thing hovered over this, highlight that, like sell them on or whatever, like highlight that as you're talking about it. Highlight that little bullet point as you're talking about. Does that make sense, Jorge? Because again, like my mind, as I'm watching this, I don't know if you're on this stage. I don't know if you're on this stage. I don't know if you're on this stage. You know what I mean? So you have the purple thing and you highlight this thing.
Correctly. And if you do the math, that's basically, if you keep them for the full program, plus convert them to ongoing membership, you're looking at $2,000 to $4,000 in lifetime value just from one student. But here's where it gets even better. After they.
So let me go listen, man.
The thing is that people are willing to pay $699, $1299 about it, or I need to talk to my spouse. They pay and they start immediately. And here's where the magic happens. You're not selling them a monthly membership that might churn in 2, 3, 4 months. You're collecting the equivalent of 4 to 8 months of tuition up front.
Do you say earlier that's a $699 thing?
Everything up until they walk through your door. Now, after we qualify them and book them, they come in for their free consultation. And the purpose of this consultation is simple. You're just going to guide them through a conversation using our proven sales script and training. And we find out how we can help them. We sell them a $699, $1299 package and collect payment right there. There's no more, let me think about it, or I need to talk to my spouse. They pay and they start immediately.
So if it were me, it's like, okay, so the next thing we do is we get them into a consultation. In that consultation, what we're doing is you're going to use a proven guided script in order to sell a package. And you quickly show it. Now, here's the beauty behind the package that we're selling. And then you go back to this page. We're selling them a $699 to $1,299 package. That is a 3-month, 4-month, whatever the hell it is, 3 months retainer, 6-month, whatever it is, in order to get them locked in. And so what that means is no more churning, no more $200 a month, no more chasing people down. You're just getting a big fat check right from the get-go. And the reason you're getting that big fat check is what we're doing is we're selling them on a transformation as opposed to $200 for classes or whatever.
And here's where the magic happens. You're not selling them a monthly membership that might churn in 2, 3, 4 months. You're collecting the equivalent of 4 to 8 months of tuition up front. And the crazy thing is that people are willing to pay $699, $1299 for a complete transformation program when it's positioned correctly. And if you do the math, that's basically, if you keep it for the full program, plus.
I feel like you're trying to sell it hard. Like people are willing to pay if you sell it. It's like, I don't know. I think it's just the way you say it. So it's like, again, the way I said it was like, okay, and you go through a script, and what we're doing is we're selling a $600 to a $1,299 package. This is a full transformation change, as opposed to what you're probably doing right now, which is month to month on training. Instead, what we do is we charge them this flat package to create a full transformation change over the course of 3 to 4 months, which is how we're able to charge what we're able to charge, allowing you to be 4 or 5 months cash flow positive instead of dealing with churn, chasing people down, all that stuff. So again, the key to understand here is we're collecting high ticket up front. Use words like we're collecting high ticket up front. Right? Really emphasize that.
Convert them to ongoing membership, you're looking at $2,000 to $4,000 in lifetime value just from one student. But here's where it gets even better. After they get in the program, we have a complete upsell and retention.
Nice. See, boom.
System where they get weekly one-on-one meetings to check in, 15, 30-minute sessions, monitor progress. They get weekly weigh-ins, any adjustments that are needed. And then at the end of the program.
I don't know that you need to be throwing all this stuff in there, like weekly check-in, this, that, because now what's going to happen is they're going to be thinking to themselves, I got to do this. Because right now, maybe they're not doing that, right? Remember, I said you want to make it sound simple. So they're gonna be thinking, oh, I gotta do weekly check-ins, I gotta do this shit, bro. I can't. I'm already fucking busy as fuck with my clinic. You don't want to say any of this. You want to say meet with them once a week, check-in, final thoughts, 15, 30 minutes. No, instead, what you say is now here's where it gets sexy. After the 3-month program, because of how we position the offer, in my experience, 1 out of every 4 actually upsell into da da da. So that's an additional $3,000 that's added to the $2,000, something like that, right? Again, use like that's what I would be focusing on instead of like the check-in, this, that, da 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 da.
They get either a certificate or like a promotion. Some people do promotion ceremonies. It's super simple. No need to go crazy, but this is also opportunity to get it full.
So again, what you're doing is you're like subconsciously, you're probably like explaining this and you're like, no need to go crazy because you know yourself, like you're telling them some shit that they have to do. And you're trying to like make it like down, make it so it doesn't seem so stressful. So again, just like leave that all out. They don't need to know any of this stuff here. That's not part of your mechanism, right? It's not required for your mechanism.
Photo and a video testimonial to add into your Rolodex and to get people more bought in. At this point, whether it's at the halfway point or at the end, we're upselling them to a regular monthly membership. And now that is where you're building lifetime relationships and you're maximizing the value of every student who comes through your door.
All those words that you just used there, bro, perfect. That shit's sexy as fuck.
Now, I'm going to run some numbers for you really quick. So let me just pull this up for you. And I'm going to show you that the numbers absolutely make sense. So let's say that you do exactly what Adam did and you spend $50 a day. That's $1,500 a month in ad spend. Now, the average cost per lead is $10 a day, $10 per lead. So
now, I don't know that you want to go into this. I feel like this could just make things more complex. The purpose of this, bro, I feel like you could do this this is something you do on the sales call. You don't need to be doing this here. Because right now we're already 7 minutes, 8 minutes into the video, where right now, if you consider their attention span and whatever, now we need to be going to FAQs. This point has to have been made earlier. You don't need to go proving into this stuff. You're going to lose them. You're going to lose them for sure here. So I would cut all this out.
$10 per lead. So $1,500, that's going to be 150 leads. Now, the conversion rate between the total number of leads and those that come in and turn into challenge participants is around 10 to 15%. But if we're being conservative here and use 10%, go put that 10%. Now, the profit margin on 6-week challenges, our experience is around 79% depending on some factors. It can actually be up to 8% since you're not buying equipment or anything like that. And maybe you're one of the lucky ones that your rent isn't even that high. But if we're going to be conservative, let's go ahead and put 70% profit margins. And the average dollar amount that each new student brings is $2,000, depending on your retention rate. But again, we're going to be conservative here and we're going to bring it down to $1,500. So let me show you what that looks like. Now, if you look at the numbers down below, that's 15 new challenge participants.
Everything you're doing right now, I would have a section within your sales call where you're like, okay, now before we continue, I want to figure out what the average lifetime value is of your customer. I want to do a really quick exercise with you. And then you do all this stuff in that section.
Total monthly revenue in terms of lifetime value of those students is $22,500. And your total monthly profit from them is almost $16,000. Now, in our experience, the average challenge price for our clients after 3 months of implementing our sales strategies and tools goes up from $699 to $799, even $899. So let's go with $799 here for a second, right? Let's say we get your average challenge price going up by $100, right? Same ad spend, $1,500 in ads, same percentage, right? Each average challenge price is now $799. Profit margin is still around 70%. Now, your total monthly revenue of lifetime value is $30,000 now, and your total profit is $21,000. Right. And if you look at these numbers and thinking, okay, like my student is already worth an average of $2,000, then that's even better. And if it's not, then we'll teach you everything you need to know to get it to that level. Now, I know you probably have some questions, so let me just address the most common ones that we get. How do I know this will work? We've tried other agencies and we're burned before. Well, my question to you is, what makes you such a unique snowflake? I've done this for all my other clients and it's worked for them. If you run the same business model as 90% of all martial arts gym owners do, then you're not different. So why wouldn't it work for you? On top of that, let's give you the benefit of the doubt and say it doesn't work for you. We don't charge you until you make a profit. And here's the thing with us, you literally can't lose money with us because whatever you invest into the marketing and the system, we make that money back guaranteed, or we work for you for free until you make it back before we charge you another dime right from the get-go.
As you're saying it and the energy I'm getting, I know for sure now. Again, I didn't know until I saw it. I know for sure you put this at the very end. You don't put this as the very first FAQ. Because as I'm listening to the FAQ, I'm kind of getting some fear. This is like the nail in the coffin. This is like the last one you want to put in.
The next question here. No one will pay $799, $699. How do I know people will pay $699, $799, $899 in my market? Like I said, we've done this before for every single client and it just works. You don't have to take my word for it. It's worked for all these other gym owners and therefore it will work for you because you're no different than any of them. And
I think what I would do as when it comes to this, bro, it goes back to the same thing of like when you're talking about like I'm a Brazilian jiu-jitsu artist or whatever, you show them like, hey, how do I know it's worked for, and you just go through your Slack and just like click real quick. And so you're backing it up instead of just saying it. It'll hit them more than you're just using words. I would definitely have this one before this one.
Furthermore, once we get you up and running, you get the initial budget to Mark Zuckerberg to launch your ads. We don't charge you a single dime until one, you've closed a deal from the casual Kickstarter campaign, which will be in the hundreds of dollars, potentially over 1,000. And then two, have an initial budget to Mark Zuckerberg, all these other gym owners, and therefore it will work for you because you're no different than any of them. And furthermore, once we get you up,
I don't think you need to say anything else. I think it worked for them. And just say, once we get you the money, cash flow injection, and then da da da. I don't think you need to say any of that stuff.
Running, you get the initial budget to Mark Zuckerberg to launch your ads. We don't charge you a single dime until one, you've closed a deal from the casual Kickstarter campaign, which will be in the hundreds of dollars, potentially over 1,000. And then two, have a full calendar of booked appointments from the paid ads. This way, you know it works before you commit anything further than just what's required for us to get you off the ground. Next question here. I don't have
Yeah, like what you're the thing that you're answering towards the tail end of that, bro, is the objection you're handling is how do I know this is gonna work for me? That's not the objection you're answering is not how do I people will not pay 699 799. You're not actually like addressing that. The way to address that is to show, hey, every single other person is doing it, and that's the price point they're all charging. It doesn't really pertain to the cash flow injection or anything like that.
Time to follow up with leads. What if I don't have time for all these leads? Well, lucky for you is we handle all of the follow-up for you, like I mentioned earlier. So you can just focus on just selling and teaching. And again, we implement our in-house call center.
So looking back now, I don't think you're even gonna need because you do such a good job here. So I think we can actually get rid of this FAQ.
That I personally vetted, trained, and hired to qualify, book, and confirm your appointments so that you don't have to chase leads anymore or remember to call them or take away time from your front desk person. That's the beauty of the system. Now, how many leads turn into students?
If you want to have this, you can. I'm not going to say no, but I feel like you don't necessarily need it. Yeah, I don't think you need it.
That's a great question as well. You can expect, like I mentioned earlier, 10% of the total lead count are going to turn into paying students. And remember, the average value of each student is 1,500. So in other words, if you decide to provide the marketing budget for 100 leads, then we can expect 10 of those leads to turn into customers. And each customer is going to be worth about, on average, $1,500. So that's going to bring you about 15 grand that month.
So how many leads turn to students? I like this as the first question, actually. So how many leads turn to students? And then I would say 10% of value, you get 2,000. And then I would have a period. I would say if you spend, and then I would say, let's say I would say $1,500 ad spend equal X number of leads equal X number of students equal X number of revenue. Does that make sense, Jorge? Okay. So how many leads turn to students? 10% of the value, you're going to convert 10% and you're going to turn for 2,000. So in other words, if you spend $1,500 per month on paid ads, you can expect X number of leads. X number of leads will turn X number of customers. X number of customers you'll be able to collect X number from.
Now, how long does it take to get these ads launched? So when you get,
I would actually have this your first question. How long? Yeah.
this bad boy launch be within 24 hours. The email sequence takes us literally 24 hours. Getting the ads launched takes 3 days. You should have your first customer email within days 1 to 3.
Okay, so here's what I would do. I would have this as your first question. How long does it take to get launched? How much does it cost to get one student? And then how many leads turn into students? That would be my order of operations. 1, 2, 3.
And you should have your first customer from the paid ads within week 1. Next question here, how much does it cost to get a student? So in my experience, it costs about $200. But remember, each student is worth $1,500. So $1,300 is going to be profit. $200 is what we're going to pay months upgrade. Now, if this doesn't make sense to you, rewatch this video or book a call with me and I'll answer all your questions. But before I let
You don't need to say that. If it doesn't make sense, rewatch this book a call. You don't need to say that.
you go, let me show you something really quickly. If $50 a day feels like a stretch, you can start with $30 a day. But if you get this close rate, you get our sales training and your average challenge price reaches $799, $899, and the sky is the limit. Let's say you get your average challenge value to $899. And now you actually have the revenue to invest more in ads. So instead,
I don't like these kinds of words like if you can, because now they're thinking like, can I? I don't know. You always want to use words like you're going to be able to charge. Your ticket price will be.
spending $50 a day, you're spending $100 a day. So that's going to get us to $3,000, right? That's $3,000 a month in ad spend. So now you're getting 300 leads. That's 30 new challenge participants. That's a total monthly revenue of lifetime value of $60,000. And total monthly profit of that is going to be $42,000, right?
So again, this whole part, if I were you, I would scratch this out, right? I would not have this. Okay.
So it's a snowball effect. Now that's only at $100 a day, right? You spend 200, it doubles to 600. That's 60 new challenge and 80 things that you can do with this system. Instructors. This is boundless. Whether you're a one-person operation or you're already managing a team of instructors, this system, what we can do with this system are absolutely boundless. Whether you're a one-person operation and $84,000 of that is going to be in profit. So I hope you're getting excited here. The things that you can do with this system are absolutely boundless. Whether you're a one-person operation or you're already managing a team of instructors, this system will give you the time, energy, and resources to scale. So there you have it, complete
I like that as a close. Like what you're saying there, I like that as a close.
overview of how this one works. I hope this all makes sense to you, and I hope you're just excited as I am. The money is in the back end. The money is in the high ticket offers. The money is in the recurring revenue from qualified students who actually stick around. And this whole process literally takes us about 7 days to set up for your school. So you can pretty easily get to that extra $30,000 within 90 days following this exact system. And the other thing is,
Instead of saying, so you can pretty easy. So instead I would say, so again, this is why we say 30K in 90 days. Hopefully you were able to see that now.
it removes the whole up and down revenue roller coaster because every month you have predictable income from your challenge participants plus your monthly regular memberships. So it's kind of like having 2 revenue streams instead of 1. So hopefully that'll make sense to you. That's all I got for you in this video. Click, and this whole process literally takes us about 7 days to set up for your school. So you can pretty easily get to that extra $30,000 within 90 days following
And that's, I would cut it there.
this exact system. And the other thing
I wouldn't say the up and down roller coaster. Like you've already hit it with the exclamation part. You don't need to say anything else, I don't think.
is it removes the whole up and down.
Okay. So questions, comments, concerns.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and listen back to this on the Fathom, take some notes, just follow it. But to start off, this was super rough. Like I didn't have I didn't even have the camera on because I was reading the script on my screen.
I
And
also
so
like you. I know it's. I wonder if Cam had a script, but like I would say a lot of this is like energy movement, and it's got to feel organic, guys. Right? I can so like the way you're talking, bro. Like I can tell you're reading a script. I was gonna say that earlier. Um, so just wanted to bring that. But go ahead.
yeah, that's what I was saying. I was reading the script, so I was trying to remember like this was the first time I think that this was the first time I did the whole thing. And so I was orchestrating the tabs, the going back and forth. That's why a lot of it I was like, oh, I forgot to do this one. I forgot to highlight this one. I was just more so like focused on like I just got to finish saying the words. So that's why it was so choppy in terms of like energy, but also like going back and forth with the other things. And then figuring out the ROI calculator, I was just like kind of like I was confusing myself. So I was like, I'm gonna just finish the script, just say it out loud, just so I can say that I'm done.
In terms of, I just want to bring something up real quick. In terms of you saying that, dude, when Mason recorded this, bro, Mason, I don't know if he's listening right now. I remember he was so stressed out. He took like fucking 3 days to record this shit. Mason, you there? When he comes back, he'll tell you, bro. This
No, no,
took
no,
him.
no. I'm here. I'm here. I had my mic muted. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I listened to everything you just said, and everything you just said is true. And I'm just staying quiet. But the dude, I'll tell you that video fucking works because once, excuse me, once I had that video done, man, it that worked wonders.
Yeah. So
Nice.
you have to do it multiple times, dude. Like again, with Aman, he did like two versions of it. We're doing another version. You have to just like honestly just do multiple versions and then be like, okay, this is the good one, and then you can send that over for review. Like that's it does take multiple. So that's normal
Actually,
stuff.
did you have any thoughts when I sent you like a rendered video instead of like a Loom video? Like, did that impact it at all? Because what I did was I just recorded like a super long Loom video where I just did certain takes over and over. And that helped me. And then I just cut out all the fluff.
Oh, okay. Um, when you say did it make a difference, what do you mean? Like in terms of how my perception of the energy or
Yeah, like your perception, like did it like any of the cuts that were in the video, did that take you out of it? Because I feel like that for me was like super helpful. And I don't know if everyone knows about the notes thing in Loom, but that was extremely helpful for me. Um, I can show that too if you feel like it's worth it.
yeah, definitely like so what Aman's talking about is like I don't if you guys can like have notes as you guys record your Loom video. Do you guys know that?
I don't
There's
know
like
that.
a notes button on there, and it's cool because whatever you fill, like you can put your script on there, and it won't show in the Loom video. So like
Cool.
that's really nice because I can literally just read. I put it right under the camera, and I just read from that, so it looks like I'm like looking at the camera.
Yeah.
So
Um
I'll just leave this.
Yeah. No, we can check it out if you guys can't find it. But main thing to understand is just like if it helps, guys, like have a script. If it helps. But again, it's about animating or and whatever and not sounding too scripted. But anyways, Jorge, what else were you saying, bro? You were saying that that's you're trying to get through it, you were talking about the ROI calculator.
Yeah, I just kept tripping on myself with the ROI calculator because I was already confused on it to begin with. So I was like, I don't even get what I'm saying. I'm just gonna say the words. And so that was the second part about it. And yeah, it was honestly just like super rough, right? Like I'm good on reading scripts. I can make it sound natural if I just say it enough times. I just gotta have the right one and then just say it enough times.
Yeah,
Or like the
exactly.
energy, I was like, and like I'm an actor, I can just add it all in there, like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, bro, I see like your short form content on your Instagram. I'm like, dude, this guy's you're very good at articulate. Like when 'cause when I watch your stuff on Instagram, I can tell, and I know you know exactly what you want to say, and you do a good job. So to me, when you watch it, it just seems like you're probably a little bit confused as to what you're trying to say yourself. And so I get that shows through. So yeah, it's just about doing multiple reps, bro. That's it. Um,
Yeah. And then as far as like the words, like so what I did was I literally copy pasted Cam's, yours into Clyde. I said just mix it up, put my stuff in here, copy paste. It came out with the script. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna send it. And so that was a result of this. So even everything as far as like the words, like I know there's a lot of words here. Like I wouldn't really necessarily put that many words as like a presentation either. It's like you can't even see, like it just looks like blurry, like mumbo jumbo. Uh What do you think? Should I minimize how much text is on each
So
section?
in terms of the words, I think this is why I kind of had earlier where I'm like, every word that you use, um, it's this stuff right here. It's like this will work for everyone else. It's gonna work for me. Oh my God, this is a new, unique, superior. This is exactly what I've been looking for. This seems like if your words deviate away from these emotions, then it's not like you shouldn't be using those words. So that's I don't know if I feel like that's a little bit vague, but I hope that helps a little bit. It's like, when I say the word new, it's like new, kind of simple. It's like, oh, so this is why this is new compared to, what else you've seen so far. Like most people are running ads for free classes and this and that. No, no. What we do is we run ads for a 6-week transformation change. See how like I'm using the word new there? Anyways, what were you saying? I feel like I went off tangent. Didn't address that. What was it? I'm sorry. What was the thing? What did you just say, bro? My bad. I can't hear you.
So mainly the amount of text that's on
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
each section. Like, is
Yeah.
that big of
So
a
it's not that. So it's like what I want you to think to yourself is like, which part of this is required? And then think about like you talking. Like as you're talking, would you be able to highlight this? Remember that? That was a big thing. It says like click around here and then make sure you highlight every small little thing. And if you feel like as you're talking, you're not even going over it, like just delete it. So our proven email use our proven PN full offer. We write the and send email when you click. Like everything here seems like important. Um 3 weeks training, yeah, so you don't need 3 weeks training. Free uniform included, free t-shirt included. You don't need this. Weekly check-ins, you don't need to include this. Easy to follow up meal plans, you don't need to check this. 50 plus daily budget, only face. So I would keep this. I would keep this. You don't need all this stuff here because again, what you're doing is you're making it sound not simple. Like
too deep into the weeds?
You're too deep into the weeds. Again, just try to step into the shoes of a Brazilian jiu-jitsu clinic that has no idea about 6-week challenge, and they're just giving a free class and they're doing things this. You're like changing up the way they're doing business, bro. And they're gonna look at this and be like, bro, I don't want to fucking do all this shit. It's not until they hop on a discovery call, sales call with you where you can do that a little bit more convincing. So if I were you, I would say at the ad level, I would say, so $50 per day. So if you're spending just 50, I mean, I don't even know that you have to say, you never said $50 per day as you were talking, I remember. Um, so I don't think you necessarily need to have $50. I mean, just think about the ad level. It's like, okay, so let's see, what did I put on mine?
Revenue roller coaster because every month you have
Offer free video to business owners who value video plus marketing based on, yeah, it's like, okay, offer 6-week challenge to offer 6-week challenge to offer free video business owners who offer 6-week body transformation challenge to people interested in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That would be what I would have at that level. That's it. That's all that you need to say at that level. Opt-in page, opt-in, email, phone number, counter booking. That's all you need to have for this one. So your opt-in landing page, you combine them into one. Call center, we handle all savings. So your hours. We qualify them, we book them, we confirm their like all this stuff is fantastic. I like all this.
predictable income from your challenge participants, plus your monthly regular memberships. So it's kind of like having two revenue streams.
Lead comes in for the free. You guide them through the cons. Find out how you can help them. Sell them on 699 package. And then in here, I would say sell them on a 699, 1299 package, body transformation package. And then you collect painful. So this stuff, cool. And again, we already talked about this. All the stuff you can kind of get rid of that. It's like 15 to 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. I mean, I don't know what you're saying I think 15 to 30 minutes you're saying to do all this stuff is going to take if you do all this. I think for the upsells, like your point is, you know, 1 out of 10 resign. And then below the point below is like resign value $200 a month. And then a point below that, no churn, no this, no that, no up and down revenue. Those are maybe the 3, 4 bullet points I would have if I were you. Again, the point is like everything that you say, you should every bullet point you have, you need to verbalize. You need to say something about it. Does that help?
Yeah. And then in the beginning, in the beginning with the adding you're like saying like I should add the cash injection results before that, and then also like possibly adding in like, hey, here's my Instagram. You can clearly see me with Adam. You can clearly see that I'm in a gi, whatever. Adding that in the beginning, and then as far as like the results for like the social proof, to do that, that's where I got in my head again too, because then I would have to like take some time to go back and forth. Okay, he went here. Let me scroll down and okay, find another time where he actually got a win, right? And then scroll up again and find another time where he got a win. Like, would that I'm unsaid, would that take them out of it? Would that like be like would that kind of kill the vibe?
Um, if I were you, I mean, if you can try to do it, great, and simplify it, and maybe you can cut it and edit, it's gonna look good. Or another thing you can do is you can have one person that you go deep with, so you can have like Adam. So like what I'll do oftentimes is I'll be like, okay, let's say I'm sharing my screen here, and then I'll be like, okay, so I'll give you an example. So I'll come in here, and sometimes here's what I do. I'll come in here and I'll say, so if you check this out, we have Aman here who recently closed this deal. Da, 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 da. He closed this deal earlier, and then he did this earlier. And on top of that, we have this whole channel of just like wins, 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 wins. And the crazy thing is I have all these wins from years of collecting. I don't post half of them. But we have Aaron who is probably at 100,000 per month. He was at 60,000 just a few months ago. This was back in October 23. So as you can see, a ton of people that are out here making the strategy work. So therefore it'll probably work for you too. So that's how I do it. So it's see how it's like pretty organized in a way. It's not like all over the place where it feels overwhelming. But like I could totally see how like you're like, okay, this person results here, and then on top of that, Jeremy did this, and then this. So what you could do is you could find this specific part. This is the win here, and then with Riviera, this is the win here, and then with Righteous, I'm just gonna scroll down. So Righteous had this win here, and later on he had this, and then he had this. On top of that, we have Aiden here who got this win, and then we got Riviera who got this win. See how I'm able to do that pretty simply? Does that help a little bit? Give you a few ideas?
Yeah, that does give me some ideas. Now I'm thinking of how to do it because Adam's not on. We're not on Slack, and then the only other
And
person on Slack is
the other thing you can do is if you don't have that, you can screenshot and like create a folder of just like a bunch of testimonies like this, and you just like click through. Or you could have, again, you could have like a page with testimonials. I kind of like the idea of like having a folder with testimonials. It just feels more organic to me than having like a page because everybody's seen that. But having a folder and just like individually pulling things up, I think feels more organic to me.
even if it's like 5, like if it's like less, like there's not that much of a number that you can scroll with.
That's a good point. Um, I mean, okay, so what you could do is you could create a shit ton and they're all bullshit and it's just a
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
do that.
I think that just in my head just sounds easier. It sounds smoother.
Okay. What else, bro?
And then the order of the FAQs, that's also like pretty important too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so completely take out the ROI calculator, just like move on from the upsells into the FAQ section. And then the ROI calculator is only based in the sales call itself. And that's when like instead of doing the lifetime value, I just show the front end cash collected.
I mean, here's the thing is like I feel like you're trying to like be too true to what it is. The truth is, bro, you just gotta sell people what they want. You just gotta make it simple. Like if your LTV is like 2,500 bucks, 2,500, $2, just say 2,500. Like it's okay if you're off a few dollars. So it's like just pick one. It's like, okay, do you want to give the LTV of like the cash flow plus the ad, or do you want to give the cash flow the LTV of this? Just pick one and just stick to that. Don't like give too much. Like you don't need like I feel like the way your mind works is okay, the LTV from the cash flow of Kickstart, you're gonna typically close 1 out of 5 people, and you're gonna collect 2,500. So the average LTV is there. But then on top of ads, your LTV is this. And if you combine the two, your LTV is this. Like that's what you would say. I feel like I would just be like, okay, so from the cash flow and the ad, the whole sequence together in my experience after is $2,500 per month. Like I would just like simplify it that way.
Okay. So just does it even matter if I do the LTV or the front end? Like
It doesn't matter. The point is like whatever you do, you just have to be able to articulate it where they watch it and they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
did the way I explained it on the video with the ROI, did that make sense or was that too much?
I wasn't even listening, bro.
Okay. Yeah, because at that point I was like saying the words that were just on the script. Like I wasn't,
Yeah.
I was still trying to make sense of it as I was saying it.
If it, bro, here's the thing, bro. If it don't make sense to you, it ain't never gonna make sense to nobody else, bro. And it's gotta make easy sense to you. So you gotta think to yourself, like again, when it comes to your short form content, bro, you make 100% sense. So just think to yourself, okay, how do I make this make sense, like to myself? And don't worry about it being 100% authentic, 100% true. The truth is, it doesn't matter. It just has to sound simple,
Okay, cool.
and then just stick with that. What
I think
else, bro?
that's it. That's you said take out, there's no need for the what page? There's no need for the mural board. The other one where it's like the cash flow, this is like what it looks like. In the very beginning when I was explaining it and I was explaining the cash flow kickstart,
Yeah,
this part, this is unnecessary.
yeah, you don't need all this stuff, bro.
And
This is
then
complex, bro.
as far as the Facebook ads, like those ads aren't even live anymore. So
Okay, that's fine. In that case, I mean, you can just go into your I mean, can you go into somebody's ad account and then launch it?
uh I'd have to think about that.
Okay. Or you can like just, I don't know, like Photoshop it to make it look like you're on Facebook home feed and that's the ad or something. You could probably make it seem that way.
But like even then, just like can I maybe even just like you know how there's like a view the ad itself in the ads manager and just like make it like super simple? Like would that be just enough? Or is the
Um,
point to I know the point is to like use the engagement and show that, and obviously not to show the mumbo jumbo and the back end stuff.
so when you went into hmm, yeah, so where you're at right now, if you were to click on show ad in the feed, it wouldn't show in the feed, right?
Yeah.
It's not on right now.
Would it matter if I used a different ad manager that wasn't the 6 week challenge? If I used just like a regular free trial class, like would that not make sense?
It wouldn't make sense because you're doing 6 week challenge, right?
Hmm.
That would defeat the whole purpose, bro. I would say worst case is just screenshot that ad, right? Whatever you just showed me, just screenshot that and just like have that like kind of like on a blank screen. If it were me, I would go a little bit further and try to make it look like it's actually a sponsored thing. It's actually on somebody's feed, because I don't want people to be like, okay, how do I, this is, yeah, that's, I think what I would do. If you could, I don't know if it's going to ruffle any feathers. That's probably would. That's what it sounds like with you. But if I could, I would just launch that, create the video quick, and then turn the ad back off. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if you can do anything like that.
Yeah, I guess I could probably get away with that. Like, oh, my bad. Right. I mean, it's nothing's gonna happen, right? And I charge them what, like $1?
Not even, bro. It's charged like a penny. Like, if anything, it might not even charge anything.
Yeah, yeah. So just turn on just for the vibes and then take it off.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know your relationship, but if it's not that serious, that's
I
probably
don't
why.
think so. Yeah. No, I could probably okay. I could probably do that then.
Yeah. What else?
Those are all the questions that I can think of right now. I'm gonna have more once I make the second one. And the second one, I'll have it like the second one, the next one I make, I'll make it as if it's gonna be the last one. As in like I'll be absolute best. So camera on, all that stuff, lights on. And
Okay.
then yeah, I just wanna get this launched, man. I've been itching. So
So do this, bro. Like straight up, like just don't like you can probably like I was telling Aman, like you can refine mechanism video, but like don't stress. Like just send over what you have right now. It's good enough. Um, and so Almonds, I mean, we can probably play it through. You can probably check it out, see where he's at, and it's good enough. So the next version, like literally probably like, all right, so after this call, after you watch this, you'll probably do like 2, 3 reps, and your third one will probably be good enough. It probably won't be 100%, but it'll probably be like a 75, 80%, and that'll probably be good enough. And then as soon as you have that, bro, launch your ads. In fact, bro, you could probably like launch your ads tomorrow and then just spend like 3 hours working on this mechanism video and just plug in whatever you have. Don't like delay it. Don't delay it.
Yeah.
Don't say like, oh, I'm gonna launch my ads like 4 or 5 days later. I have to get this perfect. You don't have to get it perfect, bro.
Yeah. And same thing with the landing page that it goes on, like the thank you page. Just revamp that. That would take maybe what, like 2 hours. And then with I don't have a testimonial page though. Is that important?
You don't need, you have, again, you have like a bunch of like podcasts and stuff like that. That's good enough.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be I would be able to put that in here,
Yeah.
like
So
just throw that in there.
yeah, you can just like, unlike Cam where he has like a button for testimonials, you can just like he has this button which basically opens up a page that has like all this same. It's the same thing. I don't know. I honestly don't know why he did that. But yeah, you don't specifically need a testimony. You just need like this, and you throw a few podcasts on there, and you're good to go.
Should I have that FAQ section at the bottom too?
If you want, but you got to, again, I don't know how Cam came up with these. I would assume that he did his research. I would assume that he's talked to a few people. Yeah. Aman, did you have an FAQ section? I don't think so, right? Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to throw some in there, you can. Yeah, throw some in there. So, what makes your agency different? I like that question. How quickly can I expect a result? I like that one. Do you only work with duck clean business? Yes, I like that question. What kind of return on investment? I like that question. Do you handle an entire marketing product? Yes, I like that question. How do you generate leads from a business? I like that. What are the cost of your service? I like that. How do you ensure that leads you generate are qualified? I mm,
So they wouldn't be the same as the ones that we have on the unique mechanism video.
um, this question maybe doesn't pertain to you as much. What happens if I apply for results? You could probably have that one in there. How do I get started again? Cool. Yeah. So I would say like pretty much you can pretty much copy and paste what he's got, except for question 8, it seems. So if you want to throw an FAQ, just you can model his.
Okay.
Yep. What else, bro?
That is, I'm gonna say that's it for me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much. I appreciate doing the live feedback, the live roast of Jorge Cortina.
That wasn't too much of a roast. I don't think that was a roast. That
No,
was
no.
yeah. No, that was Koshi being nice, bro. What you talking
Yeah, I
about?
was gonna say I don't have I don't have thick skin for that right now.
No, I'm just playing. All right, cool, bro. Well, I'm gonna move on next person. If you have questions, let me know. Main thing with you, bro, is I don't want you to delay too long, right? Get
Yeah,
that
same.
bad boy long.
All
With
right.
you,
Thanks.
the key thing with you, bro, is like I said, is you working the crap out of these leads. That's gonna be the biggest lever from us. And then the second big thing, bro, is just so a few things with you working the leads as fast as possible, really pushing them as far as pushing them, not disqualifying people, getting them to watch the mechanism video. And again, the change you're gonna make should do a good job. And then 3, just articulating things a little bit better on your sales calls and simplifying things. That's a big thing with you. Simplifying things, simplifying things. Those 3 things, and then you can do the same thing as Aman and Daniel with starting lower ticket offers, right? These guys are able to break things on a weekly, monthly, and just and that's it. That's all we need to do. Get some momentum, bro.
All right.
Cool. All right. Okay, Riviera, are you there? What's going on, man? Riviera with the close.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Chilling. How you doing, man?
Doing good, bro. Just a little overwhelmed, but I think I'm just not used to, yeah, it's like overnight type of stuff. Like,
The number of discovery and sales calls.
yeah, just the number of them. And then just dealing with kind of like just getting in the flow again, because we're doing free to fee for, quite a bit, and I don't know, your brain gets used to being on a certain hamster wheel, and then you jump on a whole other hamster wheel, and you just got to learn how to move again. But um, I think it's just dealing with like a lot of client stuff that internal, like everybody's like, oh, like basically the roof's on fire, so I got to put out the fire. But nothing's wrong. It's just like a lot of tech things, bugs, and stuff that's like hitting me all at once that they want resolved kind of immediately, and then the combination of just being packed. So, fortunately, I didn't get my KPIs updated as much, but I'm definitely going to do that by the end of the day. Sorry for slacking on that. It's just, yeah, it's like anything I basically outside of just calls, I just dedicate to kind of being able to finally get back to client.
Let's
So it's
let's
kind of been just packing it.
let's do this really quick then, if you can, bro. Like, because I do think it's important that I get through everybody's KPIs today. Do you want to maybe try to? I know seems like you're a little bit stressed, but do you want to maybe try to do that while I move on to the next one, and then we can circle back? Because it seems like with you, it's a lot of like updates. But I think if I look at your KPIs, I can see if there's any like I just want there's nothing brewing, and without the numbers, it's hard for me to say.
Yeah, I do have a demo call at in like 45 minutes here, so I don't know, maybe I just pop in on the tail end here. Um, yeah, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, just because, yeah, I'll be able to.
How about this then? Let me start the next person. You work on your KPIs, and then as soon as you're done, just message, and we'll finish up with you.
Cool,
This
cool.
way, you're good to go for your call. Hopefully, we can
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
it later. Okay.
cool,
All
perfect.
right. In that case, then I think Aiden, same thing, KPIs. Um, where are we at, guys, with the KPIs? Do you guys have your KPIs updated?
I'm working on that right now, actually. I had to send a contract, but I'm working on that right now. So
Okay.
those are not up to date yet.
Okay, so we'll circle back then. So
Yeah.
Riviera, Aiden, we'll circle back. Um, then Aman, what's going on, man? So I had a look at your numbers. What do you specifically want to go over first, though, before we delve into your numbers, bro?
I mean, I didn't have anything specifically I want to go over. Got my first close, so that's exciting.
Oh yeah.
Um, Yeah, he really was like, typically whenever someone says like, yeah, like I just need to get the money and then I'll pay, like I don't ever think like, okay, this guy's gonna be close. Like, I think there's a chance, but I don't think like, yeah, like I got him. And so I'm really like cautious about that, like, oh, thinking like, but I remember just having such good such a good conversation with him. And like just the vibes that he was me off or giving me, I just thought like, okay, this guy's definitely gonna be a close, but like, still a little hesitant. And he would disappear for like days. I would call him many times, text him many times, and then like one night he just texted me like, "All right, I'm ready to move forward." I was like, okay, and then tried calling him the next day, because it was like 10:30 at night. I was like, cool, I'm gonna call you in the morning. I texted him that night though. Um, Called him, and then he was still like, yeah, like. I'm gonna go to my sister. I have cash on me, so I'm just gonna give her the cash. She's gonna Zelle me, and then I'm gonna pay you. And I was like, damn, like this guy's making it work. And then a few hours later, he finally submitted the payment. But it was like a week long of just like calling him, following up, just saying like, hey, like just saying how you're doing. And so he would like sometimes text me. What was that?
You were following up, and then suddenly he said, "Oh, I'm ready," or you weren't really following up that much, and then suddenly he said, "I'm ready," and
No,
then
no,
you.
I was so I followed up in the beginning. I even we even asked because he's like really close to my other clients, but he's like below them on like they're in West Palm, he's in like Fort Lauderdale. And so I since I kind of worked out the whole growth partner thing with them, I gave him his number and then they gave him a call and they like put in a good word for me. So he texted me, I like followed up a few times. He's like, yeah, like talk to your clients. They said all good things, so all good there. And I was like, cool, like, I would just follow up, call like within the week, wouldn't hear anything back. And then one day I give a call, or I call text, and then just like hours later, like 10:30 at night, he's like, all right, I'm ready to go. And then the next day, move forward. So it was quite a bit, but I again I had a good feeling just from it. So that's why I was really like pushing all the follow-ups and calls and stuff. Um, so yeah, glad that I finally had that win, and I have a demo tomorrow, and he seems like he's most likely gonna show up. Um, and he did watch the video in full, so I wish I asked the takeaways. I didn't even think about that. I was just like, oh yeah, like I was just shocked that he watched it. So, um, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good so far.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah. I mean, congratulations on getting that closed, man. And yeah, yeah. Okay, so kind of going in order. So this is the first week.
Hmm.
All right, you spent $230, 81 link clicks. We got 6 discovery calls booked. You had 2 of them. So the other 4, are they, again, I know we spoke about last week. Are those 4 no-shows or
Right. Yeah, so anything I didn't put to live, I couldn't get a hold of for any reason. Even if they say like, yeah, can you call me back later? I'll still put it under live discovery call.
okay. So it's 2, and then so you booked 2 from the 2, and you closed one of them. The other one, that I assume then it was a no-show.
Hmm. Correct.
Why do you why do you think it was a no? And again, well, I just want to kind of the reason I'm asking is I want to go from week to week and kind of figure out the iterations that you're making. The one that did not show, was that not a good discovery call in your opinion, or
The one that showed is the one that closed.
yeah, the one that did not.
The other one.
Yeah.
So both people, so you'll see in like the first week and the third week where I had like a discovery call, but they didn't show. Both of those people who didn't show to the demo but agreed to the demo were, I felt like, really good candidates. Like I feel like they were actually like good energy, everything went well. I think it was just my like either I was rushing it or I didn't sit on a few things or I didn't create good enough like ending in terms of like a reason for them to look forward. Um, I think that was a big thing. Just like, okay, like I just need to
So
review my call and
so the issue with the one that did not show up here, you're saying they sound good. I would assume when you say that sound good is they seem qualified, they seem like they have enough money, they seem they
yeah,
have whatever. But when you say they're not good, what you mean is you're talking about your end of you being
my
persuaded, you creating enough no like trust or whatever the hell you need to create. But they have potential. It's like they have potential. I got to get a little bit better.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
that's all I'm getting at. It's like
Yeah, like
that's if that's the issue, I'm not concerned because I know you're
yeah,
gonna. My concern, I'm trying to figure out is like, okay, are we dropping the ball in terms of like we're not sending out certain texts, we're not doing certain follow up? Is there something broken? And I'm not hearing that here, so we're good there.
yeah, we're
We
good there. The two people that hung up on me, those two people that hung up on me, their energy was kind of like, they didn't really want to talk kind of thing. Um, it's just kind of like giving me short answers, so I'm not like too concerned about them. Um, you
That's
know,
fine. Okay.
yeah.
So week 2, we booked 6 discovery calls. We have one of them. The 5 that we did not have, what happened to those 5?
I think that was the week where I was like, hey, like I'm not really getting enough pickups, so that's kind of where we talked about like, okay, from now on I'm gonna just start calling them right off the bat.
So yeah,
Um,
that's one of the things I was going to ask you about this week is I wanted to see how that made a difference. So both of these 2 weeks, we got 12 book calls. We're just like kind of relying on text. We're not calling them to
until
take.
it's the time, yeah.
See. Okay, so this one you think that the issue, so we don't know whether those 5 are good or bad. It's just, hey, look, we didn't have a chance to conversate with them,
Yeah,
and if we did, things could be different.
right.
And so the one that you did speak to, it sounds like he did not agree to a sales call. What happened there?
I think he just hung up on me.
Okay. So is that a him problem? Is that a you problem, do you think?
Um,
Do you think that he's just
Probably both. Probably both. I think I could have done better setting the frame or just like getting more out of him. But I also feel like he was just like short and, um, so I didn't
that's fine.
really care that much. But yeah, obviously I do think that there was a lot for me to do better on too.
So basically what we're looking at 3 divided by 12. So it's a 25% conversion rate, right? Book to live. And now we're basically at a 4 divided by 9. So hell yeah, we've gone from 25% to 44%.
Yeah.
Uh,
If you look at the column next to it, you'll see the percentages. So all those, like that column is fully for percentages.
so we're at 16%, 33%, and then we're up to 44%. Okay, so this week you got the 9 book calls. Your cost per book call is $22. It was $20 here, $39. Dude, your numbers are fucking nuts, bro. Like they're so good. Like what, your med spa numbers are what, like $50 or something? 75
Yeah,
bucks?
like I think I got down to like 40 or 30,
Fuck.
but it was typically average like 50, probably.
So, okay. So the difference, so from four, so I guess like let me ask you a question. It's pretty obvious. Is like the five that didn't show, five or four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Yeah, five that didn't show up. Why did they not show up? Is it what do you think is happening there? Because you're I would assume you're double dialing multiple times.
Yeah, I don't think I'm good about calling multiple times. I think I just called in the beginning, right when they opt in, I would text them and then I'll call again. I would send like a text closer to their book time and then I would call them again. So I could do more in terms of following up. I was just trying to like warm up to just calling them like right away. So obviously that helped. I'm sure if I just like was kind of more of a madman in terms of just like calling multiple times. That's kind of what I started to do today. If someone just like replied, then I like just today I kind of started feeling more comfortable like following up multiple times. And
So
I think
basically,
that's because I had the thank you video on the page.
so what you're doing is you're doing it. So the moment somebody opts in, you call. If they don't pick up, you call again. You do a double dial. Or the moment they opt in, you call, and then if they don't pick up, you text, and then you call again.
Yeah, I don't even know if I've been double dialing. I just call and text.
Okay, so if I were
Um,
you, 100. So if I were you, as soon as they opt in, I would call, and hopefully they pick up. If they don't call, I'm double dialing before I'm sending a text.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah. I one thing I noticed that helped with getting painting leads, like whenever I run the painting ads, is I would say I would call and then I would send a text saying, "Hey, I'm calling regarding the thing you just filled out, calling now." And then I'll call again, and that actually helps. I have my AI do that as well, which actually helps with getting pickups.
try call, text call. So try triple dialing.
Okay.
Try
Triple
it.
that. Okay.
Try it. Try it. Because in my the reason I just bring that up is like I know what you're doing psychology wise, like I get it. Because I did that for a funnel too. Like I would get somebody's number, and then once I
Mhm.
got their number, I would so this is through Facebook PM ads, right? Facebook PM ads got their number, like awesome, great. You're gonna receive a text from this number here. And then I would get into my phone and I would text them like, hey, I'm about to give you a call, and then I would call. So I get the psychology behind that. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is that when somebody opts in cold from an ad, it's a little bit different than warm. And so if I were you, the most efficient thing I found is like double dialing cold. So
Mm.
so it's like you're hitting with the hammer. That's like the hard move. So double dial. Hope you probably get on the second one. If you don't, then you send a text and then you do the third dial. I feel like that's significantly increase your pickup rate. Just that small little
Right.
change.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So
Um, And then yeah, the two, so I had two or four live calls too. So one of them, two of them told me to call back.
hold on, hold on. So you do the dial and then the text and then the dial. And then before the discovery call, you say you text them before the discovery call? Before
Yeah. So I'll say like, hey, or if they haven't replied, they'll get automatic text message that says like, hey, we're gonna give you a call for like discovery call on this time. I'll call them. If they don't answer, usually I'll text after. Just say, hey, just try to give me a call once a good time for me to call back. I also noticed that the how I follow up. So like right now, remember how I have like an automatic message if they say yes? So if they opt in, they a lot of them reply yes to that first message. And so they replied yes, and then they'll get like, okay, like what is your Instagram or do you have a website Instagram that I can look over? I noticed in this painting industry, almost like none of them have a website Instagram. So I changed it to what area do you serve or something like that, and they'll usually reply to that. And then on top of that, instead of saying like, great, like our first call is going to be a quick 10-minute call for us to learn more. I can give you a call now or give you a call back later or something. That hasn't worked as well in this industry. It worked really well for med spas. But what did work at least once and hopefully it works again is let me see.
wait, hold on. Let's take a step
Okay,
back.
okay.
So I know for the med spa, as soon as somebody opted in, received an automated message, which was like, "Hey, congrats, whatever our call is this. Can I get a link to your website, whatever?" Or, "Hey, am I talking to so? Can I get a link to your whatever?" So are you saying that you're doing that with the painters as well? Like that they're receiving an automated text message to start that
Mhm.
conversation? Okay, gotcha. And
Yeah.
out of like so out of these nine, six, so
So if you go to the new leads tab, I've been putting yes next to although so you'll see a lot of people reply to the
okay,
first text.
so they are replying. Okay.
Yeah.
So then when are you doing the double dialing stuff that we're talking about right now?
Right now it's like whenever they come out, whether they reply to the text or not, I'll give them a call now.
You'll have cases where
But
people respond yes to the text, but then you double down, they don't pick up. Obviously, that's what it's sounding like. Because
yeah, yeah.
the rate is so high for the yes. Okay.
Yeah. Actually like surprised me at first when I wasn't getting like pickups or I would text them and they would answer. Um but yeah, one thing instead of like kind of having like a longer message that says like great, like our first call.
So if we consider the purpose of the text for the med spa, we send that initial thing for them to give us a response because we're just baiting an answer. And then from there, the whole purpose of that is just to push for a call sooner, right? Or like, what do you
Yeah.
think the purpose is of the med spa stuff? Like,
I mean, the purpose of it is to get more touch points and push it sooner. So typically what the flow of the med spa was they receive a text, they reply yes, and then they ask for the website Instagram. That's just for them to like, I
right.
don't know, engage with me more. And then I'll be like, great, like everything looks good. Our first call will be a quick 10-minute call just for us to learn more, see if we can help. I'm free, and then like either now or in an hour or whatever, like I'm free now if you have a few minutes, or I can call at the time you booked. And so that's when they'll usually be like, "Oh, I'll be in free in an hour." I'll be like, "Cool, like I'll give a call then."
Yeah, I feel like, and so what you're saying to me is like that doesn't work in this industry in terms of like, so you'll text them automated, they reply yes, and then
Mhm.
from there, they're not replying. And so you said website, but they don't have a website. And so then you transition your strategy to what location are you serving? They respond, and then from there you go into, hey, would you like to talk now or later? And nobody's responding. Like
Yeah,
it's
so
not.
no one was responding to that. And so one thing I tried today was, got it. When would be a good time to give a call for a quick 10-minute chat? And then I just left it at that, and the person replied at 11. So it looks promising in that sense. That because I feel like they're so busy and they're just like probably on like paint jobs. They're probably driving around. So like just being like, hey, do you have time for like a quick chat? And so I feel like that just keeps it like intriguing enough. So I kind of want to try that with a few more people. And then
Okay.
yeah, and that was after I called him. So I called him, didn't answer, got it. When would be a good time to give a call for a quick 10-minute chat?
Mhm. So so you can test that out. I don't know if this is the right one. I'm just kind of like brewing in my head again. I'm thinking here is again, this might be retarded. But dial, double dial, text them before dialing, third dial, and then text saying, hey, is this so and so? Um, no, that's fucking too much. Because you asked, is this so and so, right?
Yeah, I asked, this is Wilfred, right? And then he said yes. And then I said, great, thanks for confirming. What area do you run your house painting business in?
So this is Wilford, right? And then you
Right.
don't say this is Wilford, right? This is Aman of whatever agency. You don't say, you just say, hey, is this Wilford?
I don't say that. Yeah.
Okay, is this
Um,
Wilford? And he says, yeah. And
well,
then you say, what area do you serve?
no, no,
And
no. I say, hey, this is Amon. Thanks for booking a time to talk about your house painting marketing. And then the next one is, this is Wilfred, right? And then they say yes.
and that's all in one text message.
That's two text messages. So it's that first one, and then has that reply to stop, and then right after says this is Wilfred, right? So that way it's isolated by itself.
Okay. Yeah, the reason I was just thinking is because the reason I'm thinking about what I'm thinking is I'm just thinking, okay, what's causing the most pickups? What's causing the highest pickup? And it seems like it's not the text message sequence, but it's the double dial. That's what's doing the heavy lifting. So it's like I kind of want to go into that direction. I want to focus more on that than the automated back and
Yeah.
forth. sense.
Yeah, that's where my head is at.
So if it were, again, I'm brainstorming, this could be fucking completely retarded, but if I were going this direction of like the text, it's like, okay, this is so and so of agency, is this Wilford? He says, yeah, okay, got it. Hey, do you have a quick 10 minutes? And it's totally worth testing that out, but you're focusing more on the text heavy side versus the call, which is like just fucking get in front of it. It's like, okay, if I were going here, it's like dial, double dial, and then I'll send a text and I'll say, hey, this is so and so of this agency. Um, if this is Wilford, I saw that you booked a thing with us for marketing. Just giving you a call about that. Gonna call you here in a sec. And then you're calling again. So you're like really focusing on aggressive being calling. And then let's just say he still doesn't pick up. Then I would lead a text and say, hey, Wilford, what's a good time to chat? Tried calling you here 3 times. Just let me know what's a good time. Set a few quick questions for you. So I'm not leaning to, I'm with this one, you're baiting them to respond to you and talk to them. You're more pleasant. Here, I'm just fucking drilling. I'm just drilling. I'm using text as a backup.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I think the way I see it, because like when it sends the text of like this is Wilfred, correct? They said yes. The text automatically sends great. Thanks for confirming. Like even if they reply to that or not, I'm not waiting for that necessarily. I'm still calling. So like I called after he said his location, which is Orlando, funny enough. So he like messaged back Orlando. I gave a call there. I didn't say like great, like I'm gonna give a call. I just gave a call. He didn't answer, and then I said got it. Won't be a good time for a quick 10-minute chat, and he said at 11. So like I feel like I could still make all those dials, but still say that message.
test it out. Let's see what things look like next week.
Yeah.
And if it's promising, well then we'll just stick with it. Um, but I think that so I guess like for this week, I would say test that out, keep testing that out before we go aggressive. And the second thing is I would be more aggressive in your follow-up. It sounds to me like you're double dialing, and then right before it's this discovery call, it sounds like you're calling. You're doing maybe a double dial and texting them. And then if they show, they
Mhm.
show. If they don't, they don't, and then you just kind of move on. That's what it
Yeah.
sounds. Yeah. So maybe this week make it more of a habit of like putting people in a pipeline and then every single day having an hour where you just blaze through everybody.
Yeah, I think I may just create like an automation where it texts me like to give this. I think that's the thing. I just forget to like I'll start working on stuff and I just like completely forget to follow up with leads. So I think if I just get text that's like give a call to this person right now, maybe like or I put them like they don't answer, I put them in a automation where it, like 4 hours later or 3 hours later it just says, hey, give a call and then spaces it out and then that way I can remember to give a call. Um, I don't know. That may work for
Whatever,
me.
whatever works for you, I would say the big thing is just like having something set up where if somebody kind of falls through a crack, give a solid 3 days of hammering them at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Hammering them at least freaking 2 times a day, right?
Yeah.
Put that in part of your SOP. I feel like that's necessary for this industry, bro. Like maybe not as much
Yeah.
for,
That's what I'm seeing.
you know,
And
like this is an important part for this industry.
honestly, I was like so like I was kind of nervous to go into this industry for like the ad funnel side of it, just because I thought there'd be like super aggressive people or like, but they've been actually a lot more chill to talk to than the med spa. I almost like, oh God, the med spa people were the worst. But these people, they're just kind of like, yeah, man. I was like, cool. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, it's pretty chill.
Good, good. Okay, cool. So, boom. So we talked about that. 4 people you had a discovery call with, 2 people you booked a sales meeting. So the two that did not, are these the two that hung up, you said?
No, these two asked for a callback. I've
Okay.
been in touch with one of them. The other one, again, that was on me because it literally, like, I was like, yeah, like, I'll give a call back later. Didn't put him in any automation, and then it slipped past me. I tried calling him after that, but I didn't get hold of him. So,
Cool. Um, yeah.
and then what was I gonna say? Yeah, and then the one that didn't show up the second time to the demo, I didn't really like send a message right after saying I want to send him a personalized video, but I did like the 6 hours before or whatever. I texted him like, "Hey, I'm gonna text you from my personal number," because I tried calling him or I tried texting him, he didn't confirm. So I sent him that. I sent him a personalized video from my personal number, didn't reply. And then I tried calling again like right before, but it seemed like he like blocked those numbers, so I guess I didn't do as good as I thought on the discovery. But I'm sure if I like text, if I told him like on the call or if I text him like, hey, watch that video, I'm gonna, send him a text that says like, hey, make sure you watch the video, so I can like reach out with a personalized video or whatever, then I'm sure they'll do better. But I'm still kind
Yeah, it sounds,
of,
yeah. So you're just
yeah,
kind of getting to the swing of
yeah.
things. Okay. So,
Um,
go ahead.
Oh no, yeah. I would say the only other thing that I think is cool is that for the video, because I upload it directly to Go High Level, they have like automations that's like if someone watched 10%, if someone watched 15%, I can have it send me a text message. So like today I saw someone opted in, Wilfred, I think, and then I saw right after like video started, video 15%. And that was really cool to see because I can kind of know like ahead of time.
On your thank you page,
Yeah, on my thank you page.
do you have how did you, and is it through as a Loom video?
It's a no, it's not a Loom video. So the video I sent you, like I edited the video and then you can upload it directly to Go High Level when you like add it to the site. It's a like upload video. And then you can create an automation that says like video played or something like that, where it's like video 10% watched. So I'm kind of testing that out
Oh
just for
yeah.
my own sake. Yeah, because I'm really curious if people watch it.
Oh, that's freaking brilliant. I love that, bro. That's huge. That's so dope. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's it for me.
yeah. Everything, seems pretty good. I think going into this week, I guess like based off of our conversation today, like what are the big pivots or changes you're gonna make going to this upcoming week?
Um, Definitely like double dialing, just calling more often. So creating an automation that just reminds me to call more. And then two, I'm gonna still like try to like maybe practice if I can get like some good discovery calls, like maybe ask Cam or something for his, then I can, maybe see like a better. I'm just like kind of struggling right now. Like even like with Wilfred, I'm just like, oh man, I'm like I feel really rough right now. Um, Even with like a script in front of me. So want to get better at that. And then and lastly, remake the video. So I'll send the script over to you on like terms of that. But I'll be out until like Monday, so I'll probably take a break on everything and then kind of resume all that. But those are the three things.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds about right based off our conversation so far. I think, and this time next week, we should see, much probably better KPIs overall, average wise numbers, everything like that. I think we'll be in a better.
Yeah. And
Cool.
I'm excited about my thumbnail too. I don't know. I think that's gonna help.
Yeah, the thumbnail on your thank you page.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely keep us posted. Let us know about your numbers and kind of that's really cool. I never knew Go High Level had that feature of like getting those automations and everything like that. Definitely, like my mind is like I have people that will send a video to and they're like, yeah, I'm interested. I'm like, bro, you didn't even watch the Loom videos. So I gotta go to Loom. I gotta go
Right.
check. And so you having the percentage, yeah, you can really leverage that. Really help you in your sales process. So
Yeah, sure.
cool. Anything else you want to go over, bro?
No, that'll be it.
Cool, cool. Um, then I think that takes us
I actually
to
may call a lead right after this, so I may hop off for a little bit.
um, righteous. Um, what's going on, bro?
Everything, man. Just I actually got through the week 5 training. So I finished up with that. I got my sales presentation tightened up. It's a lot better than what I had before. But yeah, I kind of just got to get through the mechanism stuff so that I can make that video and keep going.
Are
But
the are these numbers up to date, or is there a particular thing I should be looking at?
yeah, but it would be the Painter Pro monthly and then like the daily and the weekly. So those are the KPIs. Yep.
So Painter Pro monthly, and then so Painter Pro monthly, and then the other one you said Painter Pro daily.
Yep, the daily and the weekly.
Okay. Miss it. Oh, there it is. All right. So what am I looking at? So we're in August. So when did you start your client acquisition funnel ads?
It was July 28th.
Okay, so July 28th. So you spent about 18 bucks, or you spent 125 bucks here in July, and you spent 288 bucks so far in August.
Yep.
You have booked 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we you want to come in here and update this so we can have the average, bro, when you get a chance. Do you know how to do that?
I like you talking about like how I have it down here for Aspen.
Yeah. So
I
for
think I did that, yeah. Just down there at the bottom.
okay, so should I get rid of this stuff here then, or do you need this data? Is this right data? Because
That I kept that because that was like my numbers for like the free to fee, but that was like just my KPIs for that. The other forms I was going to delete was probably like the acquisition funnels for free to fee. Like I can probably remove those out.
so I'm gonna come here. I'm not gonna mess with this one that you have. I'm just gonna come mess with this one. Um, so we'll get rid of this stuff right here. There, that makes more sense. And then leads, cost per lead, so it equals this divided by this. So there we go. So $41. That's your cost per book call. And you want to tweak these, bro, to make it make sense because you don't have leads, you have discovery calls, right? Because it's a different kind of funnel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Um, so this would be like discovery call book, cost per discovery call booked. So live discovery calls. Sorry. Okay, so $137. Okay, so we got one sales call booked. Oh no, we got two actually. Two, five, two. Okay, so two. So this, I'm gonna cross-reference your numbers and Owen's numbers real quick. So book sales meetings 2, 4. So 200 plus 124 plus 2, 3, 5 divided by 1 by 4. So your costs per sales meeting booked is 140 bucks. Um, so your costs are 206. So your numbers are a little bit higher, righteous. Um, so have you had, so no shows, you had one no show. Okay. So live sales call. Okay. So overall, what's going on? Like in terms of like your thoughts? Like do you feel, yeah, like in terms of your thoughts, what's going on?
I just got to get better and really work the leads harder, I would say, just to make sure that they are showing up to the discovery call and the sales call. I had one sales call, but it didn't even go good, and that's just I wasn't even really I didn't really get through week 5 material on the sales call, so like I was still using the my old like presentation. I just kind of changed it up a bit, but yeah, it didn't go well at all. From the intro, he just wasn't really bought in from my just like reading his body language and stuff like that. I just didn't feel like he believed it could work for him.
Okay. Actually, really quick before I even delve in deeper, so just want to confirm. So we have 10 people that booked a call. 3 of them you had a conversation with. So out of these 10, what happened to those 7?
I know like 2 of them were like reschedules, like they wanted callbacks, and then when I called them, I didn't get any response or answer. But again, like I'm not doing like a double dial and sending them a text or anything like that. So that's like it's probably just more on my end, just not working the leads hard enough. Let me see if I go and pull this up here.
Your number is 30% live to book discovery call. Amon's was 33% the first week, 16% the second week, and then this week he's 44%. So we want to see you around 44%. So 3 out of 10 is like actually not too bad with how much you spent, but obviously you want to bring this up to like 4 or 5. And so the way that you're going to do that, as you know, you already said you're going to double dial some of the basic stuff that me and I'm working on, right? So the
Yeah.
moment somebody opts in, you're going to double dial. Um, you're going to double dial, you're going to text, you're going to dial again. You can do some other stuff, which is like, hey, this is so and so. This is so and so from this agency. I'm speaking to so and so, right? He says, yeah, you're from what location? He answers, and then you try to call. Like same thing that me and Aman said. You can come back to listen to that. That would be the big thing. Really got to focus on that for this stuff. And then so okay, we had 10 people that booked. Some of the people you weren't able to get back. And so are you taking those people that have said call you back, and then like how many times are you following up? Is it like one day that you're doing, or have you done it over a sequence of multiple days?
Yeah, that's my another problem. It's not over multiple days. Like I'll probably after they tell me to call them back, I'll call them. If I don't get a response, I don't text them. I'll probably just call them the next day. If I don't get a response, then I just kind of move on type of thing. But I think that
So for
doing
both,
what go ahead.
yeah, for both you and Aman, I would say, again, you guys got to figure out how to set up the automation with go high low for you guys. But again, let's say somebody opts in here Thursday at 8 p.m. Double dial, text, dial, whatever you guys are doing. And then, or maybe I was even having a conversation and somebody said, call me back. All right, on Friday, sometime I'm going to set some time in the afternoon to work all my leads again. And then Friday evening, I'm going to work the same. And then Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, Sunday afternoon, Saturday evening. The exact same thing. I'm going to work 2 times a day for like at least 3, 4 days in a row. Is that making sense, bro?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, because this is going to kill you guys. This is going to kill you guys. I'm on you, everybody. I've seen, so this is what Jorge's problem was. This right here is you got to get these people on the phone, guys. You guys got to get these people on the phone. Or else it's going to be too fucking expensive to have a sales call. Too expensive. Okay. So we got that figured out. So out of the 3 people that you had a live sales call with, 2 of them agreed to a sales call. So 3 discovery calls that you had, 2 of them said, yeah, I'll hop on a sales call with you. And then you had 1 of them no show, and 1 of them showed.
Yeah.
So that should be a 1 here.
Yes. Yep. No.
Okay. So, okay. So 1 no showed. That's actually normal. I mean, and in case you guys don't know that 50% show up to a sales call is normal. I don't like seeing it. I think that if you guys, I don't want to deviate, but like I think the reason Jeremy gets like an 89% is because he's doing face-to-face over the discovery call, which is why they show up to the sales call. But if you have 50% show up to the sales call, like that's pretty normal. So you book 2 and then 1 showed up, like that's pretty normal actually. 60% is not bad. It's not that it's not bad, it's normal. And then you had the sales call, and then the person that you'd had the sales call with, you just feel like you're a little bit rough. It's because they didn't have the mechanism video, and you didn't go through the sales training or any of that stuff yet.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the issue was at the sales call level, or how do you feel about the discovery call level though? How do you feel about your discovery calls?
The first couple, actually, I didn't have that many discovery calls, but the first one wasn't. It was okay. I just could tell I was still a little rough. I could tell I was, just reading off a script, and I only had like the qualifications part. So I didn't have like the where you go over explain your mechanism or anything like that. I just kind of like freestyled it at the end once I got through the qualifications. So that was probably another reason why it was, he was a little, skeptical. Like he really just wasn't fully bought in on the process, and I didn't do a good job on my end selling the sales call pretty much. So
Okay. Got it. So the first one, a little bit rough, don't have all the material. What about the second one and the third one?
so actually I the second one was good. He just didn't show up to the sales call, so I know that there's still some more work that I need to do. Like just probably getting more reps in, just probably still a little rusty. But I have like a kind of like how Cam has like a sales call Bible. I like have like a discovery call with like every point I should hit on. And I made sure I add like the mechanism part in there where I kind of sell them on that aspect as well. But the other discovery call, it was going good, but I think there was like a language barrier because he couldn't really understand me and he was just saying like yes or no, or he was just pretty much saying yes to everything. And I'm like, okay, he really don't know what I'm saying. And then like when I got to the part where I was asking him his average order value, like I guess I just didn't have wasn't really explaining it to where he could understand it, and then he hung up. And I'm like, and I asked him like 3 or 4 times, like that same question. And he's just like, "Can you run it by me again?" And I'm just like, "Okay, yeah, it's not gonna work. Like we just can't understand each other." So, but that was the last discovery call.
Which one showed up to the, so obviously, so the third one obviously didn't show up to the sales call because he didn't even book it. The other two, both of them agreed to a sales call. Which one showed up? The second one showed, no, the first one showed up.
The
The
first one showed up.
second
Um,
one was better, did not show up.
Yeah, and that was the one where I didn't do that good of a job on the discovery call. He actually showed up to the sales call, but that's why I figured like, a lot of it just didn't go that well. He was probably just a little curious and really wanted to know the price, but um yeah, that's pretty much what I have for that one.
Okay. So what, so in terms of moving forward, a few big things is again, again, bro, you gotta remember, you gotta work on keep a close eye on the numbers, right? Close eye on the numbers, close eye on the numbers. So I want you to go back and be a fucking man. And just like you were a madman before during the free to fee days, I want you to be a madman about these. We gotta be relentless. Even if we can pull like one or two from here, bro, that did not pick up, that's gonna make a massive difference in your overall numbers. Massive difference. So just make that a habit every single day. Other big thing is obviously you got to work on the mechanism video, just like me and Aman and everybody's talking about. Um, that's gonna be a big part of this whole sales process for you, educating people through that content. Do you have questions on that? I think you and Aman are working on that together anyways. Like whatever he's gonna be working on, like you guys are gonna be tag teaming that together. Do you have questions though, or?
I probably will, yeah, have to get with him on and kind of tag team some stuff on that mechanism video, just because like I know like Cam, even I think Jorge, he showed a little bit of his as well. Like they got like the Slack channel, where they kind of have like the customers, I mean not customers, but their client results and stuff like that. Um, I was thinking probably just like Photoshop some stuff. Um, like
Whatever
kind
whatever Aman comes up with, I would just do that.
of
Because
okay.
he's in the same place as you. You guys both have I think you have more clients than Aman does actually, in terms of people that you've closed. But you guys are both in the same place in terms of your Slack, in terms of testimonies that you have, in terms of everything. You guys are probably in the same place. So whatever Aman's gonna come up with, I would just probably model that if I were you.
Copy that.
But it's super important that you get that done ASAP. So
Oh yeah, I know for sure because it's already.
even whatever Aman has right now, like I mean, I don't Aman, when are you planning on having that thank you mechanism video done?
Sometime like later next week, just because I'll be out of town.
So it's probably a good idea for you to probably get what you can in the meantime and just work with that. Right,
I'll
Jeff?
send what I have right now, actually.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Thank
This,
you. Appreciate that.
yeah, thank you, Aman, for that, bro. Yeah, so mechanism video, um, and just the sales stuff, bro. For you, the big thing we spoke about that a few weeks ago is gonna be like just refining your sales communication, articulating your words in a way, building no like trust. That's gonna be the big thing. So really two things, bro. It's just like hammering people better, more, and then just getting better at your sales. Just Just gotta do more reps, get better at it. Watch calls with Cam.
Yeah, I was slacking a little bit. I'm like, man, I gotta pick up the pace, but I gotta make sure everything is built in properly so it can be a smooth train and keep everything going. So, but yeah, I'll get with Amon. I think what he just sent over his mechanism video, so I can get started on that like right away because I need something to help me out. But yeah, like you said, just working the leads harder, and getting better at sales for sure.
What are your questions for me?
I had some at the top of mine. They just left. Um, but I think that's pretty much it because everybody else kind of went through and I got to see like the other mechanism video, so that helps out a lot as well. And then you kind of coaching Jorge on his too. So I don't think I have any questions right now on the top of them. Oh, when it comes to the video ads, because I feel like I want to start working on that as well instead of using the photos. Um,
For that, I think pretty much everything acquisition side, bro. Like here's, you know how you just said like, oh, you saw me work with Jorge on the stuff. You don't need to worry about that kind of stuff. And the reason is again, you and Aman have like a thing that you guys are doing, right? So just your best thing is just model Aman.
Oh, one thing to update on the video, because I did test out the video stuff for a little bit. So I tested like I think $50 total because it was like 30 on the feeds video, 20 on the story. And then I wasn't getting any leads from it. And typically I would let it run longer, but I just wanted to work on my thank you page. So I shut that off. I did notice recently that I'm getting more leads on the gray background ad for the 50K in 30 days. So I'll send you that as well because that's what I'm going to find in terms of where my leads are coming from instead of the blue background. I mean, they're both like pretty much the same, but yeah. So I'm not running. I have to get more data for the video ads, but right now it's all coming from the text.
Well, it's funny you say that because the blue background is not working that well for me.
Okay.
So I've been running just strictly gray background text. I just have a couple
Okay.
different variations. Like I think I even
Okay.
had add the 50K in 90 days. Um, but
Yeah, and I'm just going that direction. So I'm not doing the three bookings anymore just because I found I was getting more people on a call. So I would recommend that just go all in on the 50K.
I shut that one off. I was getting ready to say that. I about to say because I only got two leads that came in from that
Yeah.
particular calendar. But then again, I found out that there was something wrong with the link. So I had to change something to make it go live. But even then when it was going, I let it run for 2 days and I was like, I was like, no, I'm not gonna keep pouring money into it. So
Yeah. Yeah, and feel free to message me too, like, because sometimes I forget to like update on things. So just like message me and just say like, hey, like, how are things are. I was actually gonna send you a message earlier today. I just never got around to it.
no, I know you're super busy, so I definitely appreciate that. But yeah,
Cool.
things are
But yeah, I'll definitely update the video ad probably sometime next week, just because I have the thank you page or thank you video now. Um, and we'll see how
So,
it does.
so your video ad, how much did you spend? You spent $50?
I spent so there was the ad set that was on the feed and those ad set that was on the story. So between those two, I think it was like $50. So one was like 30, one was 20. So probably wasn't enough, but I mean,
Were you seeing like higher cost per click, higher CPM?
let me check. I didn't think I didn't look too much.
I'm gonna pull it up real quick. We can like compare that versus the image ads.
And I didn't have an update on my like KPI sheet. So let me see.
So yeah, right. Just I would probably hold off on the video ad until we get it dialed in.
copy that.
Yeah, because the gray's working. It's working so far.
Let's see. Well, I would say the only thing about this is because I do have it going to the same calendar, I realized that would be the main issue in terms of having multiple things go to the same calendar is that um I think the actual data from the Go high level side may get screwed up now because this probably isn't accurate, right?
I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
This is oh sorry, these two are the video ads. So this is the story, this is the feed video, and then this is the normal text ad. So these
Okay,
three
so
are
so right away, my mind is going to one thing, right?
Mhm.
What's your mind going to?
That the cost per clicks are a lot higher.
CPM.
CPM. Yeah, extremely high.
It's double, right?
Yeah.
So the one that's 46 and 13, is that just story? Or
That's
is that feed? What placements is that? Like what's I guess
this
what I'm
is
asking like
just
is it
story.
what is it?
Yeah, this is just story.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. What is there any other variable that's different other than so if I look at that ad set versus the one that's story below, yeah,
Mhm.
what are the different variables other than one's a video and then one's a photo? Is there any other
Um,
variable that's different?
let me see. Gray background. So I mean it's the same like text like this, I believe. I believe everything's the same. Let me try to click on that one now. Story ads. So I tried two different formats, one that was like this, and then one that was just a square.
Mhm. And then let's look at these two side by side in terms of the KPIs.
Oh, okay. So
So
CPM. Yeah, pretty similar.
lower CPM. The unique the cost so the CPM is higher, but your cost per click, your unique link click-through rate is like what is the unique link click-through rate on the gray background story ad? So this is a 2.5. This is a 1.72, 1.8. Yeah, 1.8. So cost per click is about the same. Cost per click is obviously a little bit higher, but not so much higher. Huh. Yeah. So I guess like what's bringing your head as you see these things on like these KPI like what's your mind going to in terms of like why you think this is happening versus like what do you think the next plan of action is?
Um, I'm not too sure. The main thing that I'm thinking is this is kind of like I probably shouldn't have, but I didn't think it would make a difference. So like here, I don't know if you saw it, but like the video kind of pops up next to me,
Okay.
right? It's very subtle, like it's pretty much there, but it's very subtle, like in terms of so that was the only thing I changed in terms of the original Matspot ad where it was already there instead of it popping up. Um, but I wonder if it's like I'm following the same formula. Um, I'm wondering either I change the headline or I feel like it's something with the video hook. I feel like right now I'm kind of just seeing how well the original gray background does, and if I get enough healthy amount of discovery calls, I may just keep at that. But I feel like I could potentially be getting higher quality leads with a video ad. If that makes sense.
That's where my mind was going. Like my mind was going to like that's why the CPM is a bit higher, is because it's higher quality.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like I'd have to test long enough to just get a few leads through and then just see how, when I talk to them.
So I mean there's a few ways you can play it. One way you can keep testing this stuff, or another way is you can just keep doing the gray background and let's just see if quality ends up being an issue or not.
Yeah, that's where my mind is originally at in terms of just like getting on more calls with them. Right now, most of them do seem pretty low quality in terms of like how because ideally I would want to get some people who are making like 5K, 10K at least. Sounds like some of these people are like just kind of getting started or like just getting back into it. They've have experience. I mean, yeah, like they don't really have like a business. They just seem like kind of more freelance house painters. I don't know, right, just what kind of quality you're getting right now, um,
Yeah, what kind of
but
quality
yeah.
are you getting like newbies? Or are you getting people that are making 5, 10K a month? Like what are you getting so far? The three conversations you've had so far.
Yeah, the guy I hopped on a sales call with was, I think he said he was at 8K a month.
Okay.
And then the other guy that I had talked to, he said he made 10K last month, but he's anywhere from around like 5 or 6.
Okay. And then the person that you could not really understand, were you able to get that information from him?
Um, I don't think I was able to get that from him. He
Yeah,
was just really, I don't think he really understood me for real. Like I think he just started saying whatever just to, to keep me going on the call at that, at a certain point.
my theory so far is like the $50 CPM is going to get you people that are doing 5K to like 10K, 12K a month. And then the $100 CPM, these are people that like actually put painters as like their profession. They're making 10, 20, 30,000 a month. That's what I'm thinking so far. And so the question just becomes with the gray background, is it too much of an issue, or is it like you guys are able to survive with that? And if you guys are able to survive with that, if things are okay, it's not causing too much of a hindrance, well then the next is probably just to create more image ads. But if it does
Yeah,
become
my one of my initial thoughts on that was maybe doing a split test with the same grade background ad. So one thing from the Cole Gordon course I saw was that they had a question on how much revenue are you making a month, and there's three different options in terms of 0 to 10K, 10 to 50K, 50K to 100K, or something like that, right? Where it's like three different options, and then I can kind of maybe try one with that where I can kind of gauge like for people who are opting into that one, like what kind of buckets do they fall in? And if everyone's under like 10K, then at least I know what kind of leads I'm getting from this.
what do you mean by like you have three different creators with three different copies, or like the
No, no,
creator?
no. Like, so basically, yeah, the same exact ad, just duplicate the ad set. When they click on it and they fill out the name, phone number, email, just have one extra question in terms of like how much are you currently making? Um, and then just see like what bucket they put themselves in.
Hmm. Are you thinking about doing that now?
Not now, but probably when I finish the thank you page video, then maybe that may be the first ad level side of things that I split test. Um, and I think I'm just really curious in terms of like what kind of
The reason I bring that up is I feel like that could affect our conversion rate versus to a safer route might be to just ask that question on the discovery call and
yeah.
just put it on an Excel sheet and see the data from there so that we don't create any hiccups within the funnel so far.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna have it try as a split test, but um because I feel like it'd be faster than
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. For me, what I would do is I would just keep having a conversation. I would put it in the Excel sheet, and then from there, I would kind of make up my mind. The second version I would do is I would maybe have three different ad sets with like a financial. I think you can like target by like income zip code or whatever. That's
Mhm.
another variation. And then I could see which ad set is doing what. And if your theory is correct, well, then you'd have like three ad sets with three different CPMs.
Right.
Um, And then the third variation would be I would have the ad say the same thing, but at the very top, I would say like attention business owners doing whatever revenue, we guarantee this. And you have three different ads, three different ad sets. Those are three different ways I would maybe play around. I
Yeah,
personally
and
would
I think the original ad does say that.
okay.
Um yeah. Oh, actually no, not the great background ad. But yeah.
The video ad that says that.
No, the blue one that I originally was getting my leads from, that one said 10K plus.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, those are just my thoughts. I personally wouldn't mess around, I wouldn't mess around with the counter page. I wouldn't throw anything in there right now. I think it's too early to throw anything in there right
Yeah.
now. I'll wait. Yeah. Um, if anything, I don't think there's anything wrong with, targeting people differently. I don't think there's anything wrong with just like keeping the data on Excel, but I just wouldn't mess around with anything right now because there's gonna be too many variables. There's just gonna be too many variables for us to like. I mean, you could. I worry what's gonna happen in terms of variables, and then us trying to figure out what's happening if all of a sudden your results get kind of wonky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I did do it, I would duplicate like the calendar in that sense and then have a different form. So like I wouldn't do anything with the existing. It would be a completely different ad set, different calendar page.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, yeah, if you were to do it that way, that makes sense. That
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
so if you had a different ad set, go to a different calendar page, then theoretically we'd have two ad sets and one is going to be a much higher CPM. And yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But if you feel like something on the ad level may be a little bit better, then we can, or like targeting. I was only thinking of it just because Cole Gordon like does it for all his.
If I were in your shoes and like what I would be focusing on
Mhm.
for you, I would, because I don't, there's not a bottleneck there, right? Again, if we could just consider what your bottlenecks are and what the issues are, it's just like, it's literally what we spoke about. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's like just double down on
yeah,
that. So I wouldn't be messing around with that stuff right now.
yeah,
I would wait, a month down the road, 2 months down the road. If we come to find there's a quality issue, then I would start there. And then maybe I would go into like testing the video ads. If I were you and you wanted to mess around with video ads, if you got you're like, okay, I'm okay to play with the budget. And I just want to try to see if I could test. If you want to, you could. But again, you don't even need to do that.
yeah.
Like we test the video ad and it's expensive. So it's like, okay, well, do you want to spend another 50 bucks, $100 just to fucking try? If not,
Yeah.
well, fuck it. It's not that serious.
It's pretty much where I'm at. But yeah, I'll let maybe take it from Righteous though.
Yeah. So righteous. I mean, based off that, the conversation me and Aman are even having with you, bro, it's literally just, get the thank you page, the, the, that video, do your best to create it. And then from there, all those things that we spoke about, which is similar to what I spoke about with Aman, which is like going heavier on terms of like working the leads. But yeah, what else you got for me?
No, that's everything for me.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. In that case, I'm gonna go and transition. If you guys have more questions, obviously, let me know. Aiden, Tenny, how you guys doing?
Okay, I was able to update the spreadsheet.
Okay. Okay. Okay, is this the page I'm looking at?
Yeah.
All right. So this is basically, is this the ad set that's the new ad set with the event?
Correct.
Okay. Sweet. So CPM, $50, nice, right? Because wait, what was your CPM? I felt like your CPM was like $100 or something the other week.
Yeah, so that's the Advantage Plus CPM, which is sky high. That's the $80 one.
Okay.
Stories didn't do anything. I should have made this different, sorry. I should have made a separate one for stories.
What's okay? So $81. So obviously we tried the story. We're having issues with that. So then we went to the advantage placement. That's the one that worked really well for you. We've got 61 link clicks, cost per link click. Okay, this is healthy, right? I don't know if you remember my voice note a few weeks back. I was like, yeah, I like to see around $3. So this is right in line. Boom, we're good there. We got 6 book calls. Your cost per book call is great. This is all great. Okay. So live discovery calls, how many have you had of these 6? Are you saying you haven't had any yet?
I had one today. It went pretty well actually. I guess oh sorry. I forget that each column is each week, so I'll fix that. That's should not be.
So
Um,
so is this right? So 2 here. So
the
one
actual, you know what, actually, no, this was 2. One guy was like straight out of so it technically did happen. I got him on the phone, but he was like straight from Russia and like literally could barely speak English at all. Like Righteous was saying the same thing, huge language barriers, couldn't understand like pretty simple things. So
So, but you had two from, and I would assume these are from the advantage placements.
yep, they're all, yeah.
So you got two. I thought you had more. I felt like you had like four or something. You had like more calls. Oh, no, no, no. Discovery calls is six, and then two is live. Okay,
Yeah,
so
they're all booked for tomorrow.
okay. So six, okay, hold on. So I guess what I want to put up here is insert row above. Actually, you can do insert row below. No show. So how many are no shows of the six? Do you have any no shows of the six?
At this point, no.
Okay, cool. All right, great. So basically you have six booked, two of them you have had, four of them you have not had yet.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Good. And then of the two that you had, obviously one dude you can't understand. I assume you did not book a sales call with him. The other one, did you book a sales call with him?
Yes, that's for tomorrow afternoon, actually.
Oh yeah. All
Yep.
right.
So that's why I'm like, I gotta make a mechanism video ASAP.
All right, cool. So let's look at these numbers then. So if I'm looking at these numbers, so $203 divided by six, $33 for a book call. $203 divided by two, your cost per live sales. Like, dude, your numbers are fantastic, bro. Like
Yeah.
this week. I'm not talking about these weeks. These weeks we're still figuring shit out, but this week so far, your numbers are fucking great. Assuming
Yeah.
things go well tomorrow, assuming the rest of this week, assuming from here to next Thursday, things are looking good so far.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think. I've noticed the bookings have slowed down. So it went from like, I was actually looking at it here. It went from like, we're getting multiple a day, the first few days. And then today we just had one. I don't know. I guess I'm overthinking it, but I'm just worried it's gonna putter out, man.
So what you can do, bro, is I mean, we can wait a day or two, but like so far things are good. Like if I were you, I would chill. I would wait a day or two, and it might totally be normal. Like how much are you spending per day right now?
$50.
Yeah. Like, dude, if you're spending $50 a day and you get like one book call a day, like that's even good.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's possible that $30 is like not your number. Because if I look at like Righteous and Aman, they're like, they're around $40, right? So so anywhere from like, honestly, anywhere from 20 to like $100, which is a huge range, even more than $100 it's all gravy.
Good deal.
So this is all gravy, dude. Like your numbers are good. If you get even one a day, that's good. Now, if you get a little bit concerned, then just duplicate that ad set, duplicate
Yeah.
that placement, just duplicate that. That's it. Don't stress about it.
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts in terms of the ads so far. It's hard for me to, yeah, I don't know why I just used the word hard. What I was just gonna say is like it's hard for me to say anything in terms of discovery call, but there's nothing for me to say because you haven't really had enough calls yet. You had one and that show up to sales call, so we just have to see whether they show up and how you do. But you said this discovery call went pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, he is a kind of crazy guy. He's like a friggin' realtor, but he also has like a license to be a real estate broker. He owns a construction company and he owns an in-house like cabinet shop, like custom cabinet shop and prefab cabinets and stuff. Anyways, so yeah, he's kind of
It's a
he's
lot.
crazy. He was showing us the custom homes that he's like sold and oh, not even just sold, like he remodeled these and they're like freaking massive. They're like he's doing home remodels for like Grant Cardone's staff and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, it went really well. I did not think it was going to end well. He was kind of he said this. It was so crazy. He's like, yeah, I've talked to a bunch of other marketers. Yeah, I've already talked to a few. I'm supposed to be talking with a few more. And so I literally thought he was going to be like, what makes you special? But like as we kept talking, I don't know. I can send you to the discovery call. As we kept talking, it was more like it kind of just was like, okay, well,
Did you put it on here? Make sure you put your calls on here, Aiden.
okay. All recording skip.
Yeah, put it on there and I'll have a skim through it.
Okay,
You can throw it in there right now, actually, if that's what you're doing.
fine. Yeah, I thought I was gonna lose it, and he's like, it ended up him being like, let's like, I want to give you a chance. Like, if I could have, or if I had had the time, I could have pushed it into just like, well, hey, do you want to hop on Zoom right now and let me show you how it works, and we'll get started. Like,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not here. What I will say is whenever people say like I'm talking to multiple people, typically that's not a good sign because you don't, in my experience, you want to be like the first person somebody talks to or the last person.
yeah,
You don't want to be the person in the middle because they're typically not going to buy from you. So I forget there's a line I'm missing right now, but there's a line that I found that I shared with some of the guys. If I can think of it, I'll share it with you. Um, but what's also interesting is that if you are just good enough, then they won't have a conversation with the other person.
right.
So yeah. But yeah, I mean, in terms of your numbers, bro, like things are looking good. I'm glad to see these numbers finally.
Yeah.
What are your questions? I know you have your questions on Slack. I'll go over that here in a bit, but what else do you have going on that is a question?
For this stuff.
Anything. I mean, it could be regarding this or anything else.
So something that we looked at while we were putting this stuff together was for this Advantage Plus placements one. We looked at, and there was basically like 4 placements on there. It was Instagram stories, Instagram Reels, Facebook feed, and Facebook Reels. And it's kind of like all clumps into those ones and really good like cost per lead, wasting money on all the other ones though. And so I guess I'm just wondering, I see that and I'm like, I think it could be interesting to like do a little test where I do the manual placements for those ones that were working and I keep the text, especially the text that was working. There were some ad copy angles that were like either way too high cost per lead or just like not getting anything at all, still wasting money. So basically like, I'm trying to like trim the fat and optimize this one. Do you think it's worth testing?
If I were in your shoes, bro, I would keep your ad set on. I wouldn't mess with it at all. And here in like a day or two, if things putter out like you said, and that new ad set, I'll be honest, what I would do is I would just like still duplicate. I wouldn't mess around with anything.
Yeah.
And I would wait for the second one to putter out. And on the third one, I would do that. Like
Okay.
I wouldn't even create an ad set and like have those things right now because I don't want anything to compete. Like if I were you, if you had another ad set with, trimmed off the fat, I would be afraid that these current, like the results that you have are just so good. I don't want to screw that up. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Good deal. That makes sense.
So hopefully that makes sense. So it's like round one. So keep it going until it stops, really putters out. And when I say putters out, I'm talking about 3 times KPI, right? So right now your KPI is $30 for a book call. Once you're at a place of like 90, okay, things have puttered out. Let's go ahead and create another ad set, duplicate it, see if we can get back to 30 bucks. Okay, it's got to 90, it's puttered out. Okay, great. Third ad set, let's go and trim off the fat.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Thanks.
What else, man?
I don't know if I have anything else. We closed a flooring guy today, so
Hell yeah. Nice.
the project size and the margins were way higher than we thought they would be. So, that could be another potential niche for us. That's kind of, I don't know, we're pumped about
You said it was flooring?
it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like tiles and stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. Do you have any questions, Tim?
Nothing on my mind.
So yeah, in terms of your question, man, when you asked about like testing other things out, I personally wouldn't, man. That's kind of just what like my big thing is just like figure out the kinks until something works, and then once it does work, just don't touch it until it stops working. And so for me, so here's what I just see. Here's what I would so in terms of answering your questions, I do want to give you a very straight answer of like what I would do and when I would do it. Right now, nothing is broken, right? Like right now, absolutely nothing is broken. I was worried. I was like, okay, this niche is gonna be super expensive. We're gonna have to go into different niche, like all these different kinds of things I was preparing for. So far, we're good. So far, things are looking good. And my big thing with you guys right now is just your mechanism video and then really study the sales stuff. I don't know if you got a chance to go through discovery call like week 5 stuff. I would be studying that shit heavily if I were you. Heavily. Like the sales stuff, the sales calls, like that's my focus if I were you. Another big focus is like same thing I told Aman and everybody else is like really drilling people that like book through your funnel, right? Because I know you guys are super busy. If I were you, set some automate, set something up or divide responsibilities, or maybe Tenny or you are responsible for follow-ups. This way, a lead comes in, falls through a crap, or falls through cracks. You're working that lead 2 times a day for 3 days at least. That's top of mind for me if I'm you. Those are the kinds of things that matter the most. When does it make sense to do different kinds of funnels? When it comes to a lead, so when we hopped on this call, I didn't know the numbers, right? I didn't know the KPI. And what I was going to ask you after we went through the KPIs, my question to you, actually, I'll just go ahead and ask you this question. How about this? Let's just do this for shits and giggles. Where is your bottleneck right now?
I mean, just like making at this point with those numbers that you highlighted, it's just like making the discovery calls happen to get more sales calls, to get more closes. That's the bottleneck at the moment.
So the bottleneck at the moment is you don't have one. Nothing is broken, right?
Oh.
Nothing is broken, right? So if you came to me, Aiden, and you said, dude, like we booked 10 discovery calls and we've only talked to one of them and nobody else is picking up, I'd be like, okay, fuck, something is wrong.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking maybe you were gonna say today. But based off of it, like everything's good, dude. Everything's super good.
It had been coming for, I don't know. I guess we'd kind of seen some stuff around. We'd been talking about it. But then that was also kind of in the midst of just the ads not working that great. And so we were kind of just getting frustrated and like, man, like we were kind of like you, we were preparing to look at other stuff, like any other option, not, I don't know.
Yeah. So to answer your question, like the way I think about different funnels is if I have a bottleneck, then I think to myself, okay, what is my bottleneck specifically? And then I think to myself, okay, how do I solve that? Is another funnel type going to solve that bottleneck for me? So for example, what I was prepared to have a conversation with you guys is again, let's say you had 10 leads and then only one of them showed. I was like, okay, your bottleneck is like people not showing up. Is a lead magnet funnel going to solve the problem? Is you offering a PDF or whatever going to solve the problem? And what I was going to tell you guys, it's not going to solve the problem because you simply, as soon as somebody opts in, what do you have to do? You have to hammer them, you have to hammer them, hammer them. So whether you use this funnel or that funnel, you're gonna have the same issue. So you have to just get better at the skill of hammering people and getting them on the phone. So whether you do a lead magnet, dude, or not, it's gonna be the same shit. Lead magnets are basically what you probably know like Hormozy does, right? Because he went to call funnels. He did a call funnel, millions of dollars. And now what he does is every single ad that he does is like, hey, we got this thing, we got that thing, opt in to get it. And then what happens is you click, you get the thing on the next page, they get you in for a calendar. And so whether you show up to calendar or not, they're still going to go ham on you. So if I were you, here's what I would do. Here's what I would do. My fingers are crossed that we have figured it out. And so again, work the leads, the mechanism video, work on your sales. That'll take us like freaking 70% of the way there. That's my hopes. And then if we need to 6 months down the road or a year down the road, if the funnel starts to putter or you guys need to spend more money on ads, that's when we can introduce things like say, hey guys, we have this PDF for contractors to increase your LTV. All you have to do is click on this ad, and then if you'd like, we'll show you how we can walk you through it. And then it'll be like that kind of a funnel, ad, lead magnet on the next page, literally the calendar page, book a call with you, you hit them up anyways. So, and that's like just solving different problems. So let's say for me as a videographer, if I was doing a call funnel and it started to putter out, the first thing I would probably do is say, hey, if you want infinite number of leads, I've got the sales funnel automated. All you have to do is click the button below, click on this ad, whatever, and we'll go and send it over your way. And then if you'd like us to help you implement it on the next page, you can book a call with me. So I'm solving the leads problem. Then let's say, what's another problem that videographers have? It's retaining people, right? So say, hey guys, if you're a videographer and you're struggling to retain your clients, you get one-off clients that pay you $2,000, but they don't pay you anymore. Well, the problem is that you don't know how to continuously generate value and then put them in checkmate. But what I've done is I put together a quick 5-minute video that shows you exactly how to do that. If you click on this ad, it'll show you that video. And then on the next page, if you want to book a call, we'll show you how to implement it. So I'm solving it's like one pain point, second pain point, third, but it's the same shit. So if I'm you guys, okay, what issues do contractors have that are within your niche? That would be your lead magnet 1, lead magnet 2, 3, 4. And again, that's just a way for us to scale, but that would be down the road. I want to do that right now. And you can look at that. We can look at low ticket funnels, all kind of, but I think you're so far from that. I don't think we're anywhere near that.
Yeah. No, we were just curious.
Yeah, what you guys got, man? You guys, we threw something at the wall. We threw a bunch of shit at the wall. You guys finally have something that's sticking. I would ride that if I were you. I would ride
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm glad. I was getting stressed out for a little bit there.
Me
So
too.
I'm glad we got the numbers down. My fingers are crossed that, this time next week, you guys are in a good place that you guys either closed or you guys are close to closing. That's what I'd like to see this time next week.
Yep,
I think you guys can do it.
it'll happen. I think we'll close this guy tomorrow. It was basically a close today. Even he might even actually be trying other marketers at the same time, and I don't care because we're gonna get him more leads and better leads. But
Oh yeah, I love that. I love the attitude. I love the confidence. Good shit.
oh yeah, man.
Okay, cool, man. Tenny, you got anything, man?
I got nothing.
Okay, you guys good? You guys feeling good?
Yep, everything's good. Yeah, feeling good.
Good. Okay, cool. In that case, I think that's everything. I think it's a wrap, guys. Jorge, do you have anything? I think Rivera's gone. Jorge, you need anything? He might be gone. Okay, well, if that's everything, then that is a wrap this week, and we'll see you guys here next week then.
Sweet. Thanks, Cushy.
Absolutely. Cheers, guys.
See you, man.